My niggas with no bond. They Devin booked them like the Phoenix Suns. Call the op and I ain't have a gun. Head shoot Mario Chalmers. Ever since then, had a burner. Been a killer, look at who I learned from. Want respect, then you gotta earn some. Want a stripe, then you gotta earn some. Want a stripe, then you gotta burn some.
Welcome back to the Ball Don't Lie podcast.
Yeah.
Yo,
How's everybody feeling?
back.
NBA
Not good.
playoffs.
Not good at all.
Faded.
Sad days.
It's a great day to be a Warriors hater today, right, Gabe?
Facts.
No,
It is
not
actually-
Successful Warriors hate watch.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna
Did it
come
again.
here. I told Hassan I was gonna
Pack
come
'em
here
up.
not with the craziest intentions, which I still promise I'm delivering. But as a collective Warrior hater, this is a great day.
No, demon time. Oh, we're on demon time.
To be fair,
Yeah, fuck them
Before you
niggas.
guys hate, you can't fully hate on the team because Stephen Curry wasn't playing. It would be a more fulfilling hate watch if they lost with Stephen Curry playing.
Okay,
Is that
before we
not
get into the playoffs, I want to talk about something. We get into all the games first. But this is a trending topic this weekend. I think it blew social media up the other day. Is the NBA rigged? Okay, officially NBA is on rigged watch because of the NBA draft lottery. Mavs with a 1.8% chance win the first overall pick. The Spurs jump into the top three. The Sixers get bailed out as well. The Jazz and the Wizards, who sucked all year, two of the worst records in the NBA, end up with the 5th and 6th pick respectively. So, a lot of people have been saying a lot of things. Adam Silver saw the Luka trade go down and tried to save Nico from himself. People are saying I've been seeing a lot of crazy stuff. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the NBA draft lottery.
Bro, this is just hella weird, bro. Like no matter how you do it, I think Hassan told me he was like the worst team in the NBA has not had the first pick in like a certain amount of time or something. And
Since the new lottery.
this is the new lottery. That shit's crazy. And also when you couple it the fact that Mavericks just got rid of Luka and they're gonna get this dude Cooper Flag. I'll hold my opinion on Cooper Flag when I get there, but still, regardless, number one pick for those guys. Get bullshit, bro. Get this rig shit out of here. They don't deserve shit. They were the play-in. They were living the play-in, bro. This is so stupid.
Yeah, the fact that they only had a 1% chance to get the pick and they got it, and then even going back to the Pelicans year where they had like a 2% chance or something like that to get the first pick. I couldn't go on Tankathon and run the Tankathon simulation 50 times, and the Mavericks still probably won't get the first pick. So it's just it's suspect for sure.
I
But
think
a
the
bigger
craziest
thing
part
to me
about
is-
it all was that they were showing the rigged Patrick Ewing draft on TV during the draft lottery, which made it even more suspicious. Like, how are you going to show the most notoriously the rigged draft lottery in NBA history right before this shit happens?
Yeah,
LeBron rig too.
Fishy.
yeah, that's what they're saying.
Derrick Rose too, 1.8% chance, same exact chance. Stays
That's
in Chicago.
crazy. NBA
Then
is actually rigged.
LeBron returning back to Cleveland, needing one more piece. Cleveland Cavaliers get the first pick, trade Andrew Wiggins and get Kevin Love. And
I
then
don't
he
know
goes
about.
back to,
Hey,
to
you tell
Cleveland.
me.
You can definitely make a case that it's rigged for sure. Even the Spurs game, the second pick is just insanity. Like,
It's dumb. It's
Us-
like the fact that both of them got 1 and 2 is actually ridiculous.
Can we also talk about the Sixers getting bailed out because they could have lost their pick completely if they
Yeah.
weren't in the top 5? They get the 3rd pick now.
a 36% chance of losing their pick. And they get a
Horrible.
top 3 pick. Man, so
horrible,
it's
horrible,
crazy.
horrible.
We could talk about the teams after we talk about the playoff teams in terms of like the lottery teams and what it means for them. I want to get into the playoffs first, but I will say one thing before we finish with this lottery thing. I think this is good in the sense of the NBA. Like, we're not going to promote tanking. The Jazz, who blatantly sat players like Lauri Markkanen and got fined for it, fuck you. That is a big middle finger to the teams like that. Because we shouldn't be seeing that type of stuff, especially in December, early January, when there's like 3 months left of basketball. I think this is a good middle finger to teams like the Jazz who are doing that type of stuff, but I also feel a little bad for teams like the Wizards who employed Kyle Kuzma half the year and actually are just genuinely that bad and can't, kind of got fucked over because of it. So I think it's a double-edged sword with the whole lottery system. I don't know if there maybe has to be some type of thing where only like 2 teams can jump up instead of like 3 or something to maybe even it out. Because like I said, I feel bad for a team like the Wizards who genuinely needs help because they're that bad. But I don't feel that bad for a team like the Jazz who are purposely tanking and benching their players. So I don't know. I think it's good for the whole prospects of not, benching your players and sitting them just to get a better draft pick. But I also think that there needs to be a balance where genuinely bad teams can get better by drafting like the generational guys.
I don't know. I felt kind of like the opposite. Like the Jazz and Wizards are just going to be bad again next year and in purgatory. Like no 5th or 6th round pick, or sorry, 5th or 6th pick could change your franchise into making it like a contender. Whereas you already have contenders in the West, like the Mavs and Spurs, just getting stronger. And
That's not true. There's been great people that have been in the lottery, like later in the lottery.
Also, what do you want these teams to do? You just want them to stop playing basketball? Like, I don't get it.
Huh?
What do you want them teams that are struggling to do? Just be exiled from the NBA? You're like, they're never going to be better.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they should, like, the worst record should get the first and second pick. Like some of these teams,
No,
like
hell
the
no.
Mavs, literally don't need the first pick, and they're already contenders without the first pick, and they get it. And then teams like the Jazz and Wizards are just gonna be bad again next season.
But fuck you,
Season
like
after
fuck you
that,
for
if they're gonna
tanking.
get
Fuck you
Yeah,
for purposely losing.
That's
Okay, but
the thing
downfall
about
of
it.
the odds. Like the NFL, I mean, I personally like the NFL system of worst team gets the first pick.
It's
and
not the
you go
same.
through that.
NFL is different because like it's 16 games only. So every game, like when you're at the end of the season, like a game could genuinely be the difference between you getting a higher pick and you making the playoffs. Like in the NBA, it's like a 10-game stretch. So in the NFL, it's just not the same. Maybe the last week, Joe Milton and stuff, like even the Giants fucked that up somehow. They won at the end of the season. So it's like, it still happens in the NFL. I don't think teams should be losing and benching players purposely. So like I said, the Utah Jazz stuff, I think that was the right thing. That's exactly what Adam Silver tried to get by flattening the lottery odds. And I think that worked out. But again, a team like the Wizards needs to get better. So like I said, there needs to be a balance. I don't think we can.
Yeah, that's like the real question.
I don't think we can just make it worst team gets the first pick either.
Because like the lottery, technically this outcome is like the lottery working as intended. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
you want to see a good team already get even better?
Nah, but like the lottery is to decentivize tanking. You know what I mean? So like, it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? And that's like where the real debate is like whether or not.
Okay, but
like you said, like what should the one have the worst? What's it called? But yeah, Bez brings up a good point. It was just like there's ethical and unethical tanking. Like, some teams suck, and then some teams like suck worse than, you know what I mean? Like they play worse than they are.
Purposely.
Even for teams that are tanking, they're already bad to begin with. Like they're not tanking just because they just tank. They don't have any talent to win games.
They have more. They could win more games though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could win more games, but they're still a bad team.
Dude, the Raptors too. They were literally benching their best players.
Okay, yeah,
the Raptors aren't that bad on paper either. Like.
No, yeah, the Raptors are literally benching their players at halftime.
Yeah,
like,
that's the type.
They're not bad on paper. They could have easily had way more. They could have easily been in the play-in, to be honest. Like,
I don't know. Maybe you
in
get
that East. That's
know.
definitely a play-in team at the least.
Maybe you give higher odds to certain teams. I don't know, because obviously being the worst team in the NBA doesn't help you get the first pick, and some teams like the Wizards that are just naturally bad because they're trying to develop their young guys are getting like the bad end of the stick because of it.
I think it sucks that it's the Mavericks. I think it sucks that it's the Mavericks, but I think this is good for the NBA as a whole. If it was the Hawks or whatever, the Bulls, that was like the team next to them. If the Bulls got the first pick, everyone would have been like, oh my God, this is so crazy, but not in a bad way. It's just the fact that it happened to be the organization that everybody's been hating on for the last 6 months. Is
had a 1% chance.
But I'm saying if it was a different team that also had a 1% chance, I don't think we'd be getting this reaction. I think it's the fact that it's the Mavericks that everyone's like, we got to get this changed. Yeah. I don't think that
the Spurs would have too.
Oh yeah, Spurs would have been bad too. Yeah,
Spurs would have caused some uproar too. But in my opinion, I'm like, maybe they should just have like, how the lottery is 1 through 14. I'm like, what if they just have like the 6 worst teams like battle out? They have like a
tournament,
a
two-tier lottery. You know what I mean? Like the worst teams go like 1 through 6 or 1 through 7. You know what I mean? And then there's like the second tier of like the other teams that aren't that aren't the fucking bottom of the league, but are like, playing and under, get like 7 through 14 or something. You know what I mean? Like,
What if they had like a in-season tournament for the worst teams, and that decides
That's
the
good.
first pick?
That's a good one. I like that.
And they'll do it like before the playoffs starts, so like teams can rest before.
It's
before the
it's
playoffs.
during the season though. It's like part of the season, so that like the regular season games count, but you have to actually play them because you're doing it for the lottery. You know what I mean? So
I like that.
exactly.
I like that. At
Play
the end of the
lottery
year, you
games,
can't
yeah.
rest Lori because it's gonna be the lottery tournament.
Yeah.
You gotta win that match.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll make them want to play more.
I
Or
think it's
that'll
been
make
brought up
their
before.
bottom eight teams.
yeah, whatever it is, bottom.
Nah, honestly, no. Like, that's but no, look. It's like that would still be kind of fucked up because if it's the bottom 8 teams, the 10th seed, like like the 11th seed will probably win so many times, and it's just like then you start to be like, yo, like
no, but how
anything can
about like
happen in one
the
game.
11th seed is still better than the 15th seed, so the 11th seed will more than likely get the 1. You know what I mean?
but you never
The
know
15th seed is not gonna-
injuries, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Shit can
Yeah,
happen. They're
but
all
it's
bad
still,
teams
like-
at the end
Like
of
the
the day.
Spurs. The Spurs are
It,
I feel like the
it's
Jazz
just you
can
who
beat
could have like the
Spurs
worst
with one
score.
beat. Without one being De'Aaron Fox,
Oh,
Jazz could probably beat them.
They should see who could have the worst game possible, like the most turnovers, and most missed shots.
Whoever loses by more
Yeah,
points
yeah.
gets the first.
Yeah, whoever
Zero,
asks,
zero.
The battle of the
whoever
mid.
more ass gets the fucking gets the first pick, man.
They get their
0-0
G League
game.
players to play in that game.
I don't even
The
know.
fucking
I actually
super
don't know what
takeoff.
to do.
That's what they imagine. Like, they just have a super takeoff game.
What if your G League team decides like your lottery pick? Like, so you gotta invest in the G League squad now to make sure
Send
you
Bronny
get the
Everybody in
lottery
the
pick.
G League.
You
Bronny
have to win the
MVP.
G League championship.
That'd be funny.
He's
as
like,
fuck,
we're gonna put Keontae George, Laurie Marketing in the G League for these games.
We're sending him down to the G.
Ellen Sexton, we want to
Oh,
develop
man.
them.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's gonna be a hard fix regardless because
think
I
that-
mean the
I
Hawks
think
won
it's
the
gonna
lottery
fix.
last year and they had a low percentage.
Yeah,
And going
but
back
see,
to
the
Zion
only
winning
difference
it,
is no
like-
one said shit about that because it was fucking Risashe. But
Yeah,
now
exactly,
it's Cooper
and
Flag,
that's
so
high.
people are mad.
Is Cooper
Yeah.
Flag even like that?
Yes,
he is like
is.
that.
Bro, are you guys not hyping up this dude? Like, really?
No,
No.
he's like that. He's
Like, what is he like? Like Larry Bird? What am I hearing here?
he's like
Athletic Larry Bird?
no.
No.
I'm trying to think.
Because he plays defense and he's a good all around scorer, good little scorer,
So like,
good rebounder, good defender.
Julius Randle. We always
Like
say.
not cringe Paul George, like
Not crit. Oh, like Brandon Miller, but better.
a tall. Yeah, he's like lengthier. He's a bigger player. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. I mean, I don't know
Oh,
about
Jason
Brandon
Tatum
Miller,
was not
but
bad. It'd be like Jason Tatum, yeah.
Whoa. Is a Jason Tatum guy going number 1 this year?
Yeah, I mean, what?
Wha-
He was the third
I
pick.
don't think
all
Cooper
of
Flag
day
is as fast as Tatum though.
With or without the corniness?
without,
Okay.
and he's white.
Yeah, the great white.
Well, what I mean.
Next face of the league.
Automatic.
Instant.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Jason Tatum would be a good comparison, all around player, above average at everything.
Dog, this guy better not be ass. I've been saying a lot. I've been hearing a lot of people hype his ass up. You
just
better not
watch
be
some
ass.
film, buddy.
I have seen of his Duke highlights, but like I don't
Yeah,
care.
I saw like his last couple games.
So you just don't care about film.
Dude, I saw it, but it's like okay, like and like you're not like crazy.
Yeah, but
You know who to say?
Zion, bro.
Can
You're
you
not
name anybody
Zion.
else in his draft outside of Cooper
Dude,
Flag?
I think there's some Florida guy who's
Ace
really
Bailey.
good. Fuck. Oh, Bailey.
Who's the
I
second
got
best
named.
player in his draft?
Ace
Bailey.
Bailey.
He is not.
I think he is.
I say he is, but there's another guy you can.
That's-
His teammate from Rutgers.
Yeah, that teammate from Rutgers. Yep.
I don't even think they play for. Or do they play for the same school? I don't think so.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they
Dylan
do.
Harper.
Mm-hmm. Harper.
In the 6'4" dude who
Yeah,
ended
Dylan
up,
Harper's
who ended
better
up being
than him.
6'4".
I don't even think Ace Bailey's the third best prospect in this draft.
I would take
Damn.
Ace Bailey at 2, honestly.
I think
If
I'd
I'm
take
the-
Dylan
just
Harper. I
for fit.
think the top 2 should be automatic. I don't think if Dylan Harper does not go number 2, somebody fucked up.
Is he a shooting
so.
guard?
Well, I mean,
Is that his main position?
He's
Yeah,
like
guard.
he reminds me a
He's a
little bit of
combo.
Cade Cunningham. Honestly, he got that Cade Cunningham.
You know
type.
he was listed like tall as shit, but apparently in his combine today was 6'4".
Yeah, but you know it's like with
They
shoes.
say Cooper
and
Flag
stuff.
was 6'7". I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
They
Oh,
always
that's-
yeah. I'm like, that's a
they
big
say
ass drop.
KD is 6'8". You know that should be capped.
Okay, no, that's different. That was the other way around. That was like the when it wasn't official listings.
No,
like,
but
college
that's what
not
happens
official.
in the draft combine. They take the shoes off, like they under measure them or something. I don't know.
Because I don't even think
Yeah,
like
you need to be measured with shoes on. You're playing basketball with shoes on. Like, why take off your shoes?
Yeah, I don't know.
nah, you should have your real height, like your no shoe height.
There should be a real
Why does it
height.
matter?
Bro, it's your
Because
real
it's
height.
your real height. Like
What are you
No,
talking
but you're
about?
playing basketball with shoes though, so it's not gonna.
Dog, but your real height is your real height.
Yeah, you're real height. Yeah,
What
that's
are
what
you
I'm saying.
talking
Like,
about?
you're real height. Like that's like saying
That's not your real height.
when
on
you
the
weigh
plate.
yourself, like you should always have your clothes on.
Dog, I'm not
Because
going to
you
the
always wear
hospital. I'm
clothes.
getting weighed with like my phone, my pet, like all that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Because you usually
they're
have
taking
it,
real
like,
weight,
I disagree.
bro. It's height.
What do you
are
mean you
lying
disagree,
about?
bro?
How can you
I
disagree
just
with the
don't
height?
agree.
It's like a fact. It's like
okay,
a
but
fact.
it's
I mean,
also
you
like
make
if we
valid
know,
points.
if everybody knows that the height in the combines is feet, like generally people can be like, oh, like he's gonna be a couple inches taller with the shoes, like.
No,
Yes,
you're
exactly.
you're making valid points. I just disagree.
Sticks and say, dude. All right, man.
All right, anyway, yeah,
just saying,
Dylan
like,
Harper, bro, got to go number 2.
it's
I
weird.
like VJ Edge.
You
Cole.
should get- you should get
Ace
better
Bailey
than-
was listed way shorter too, but that was the only few. Like some of the other people were like just regular. Like it was correct, but some people were like. I saw their scores too. Like he had like a 90th percentile in small forwards, but like only like 70th for power forwards. So I'm like, apparently like like even though he played 4 in college, like in the NBA, it's looking like he should be a 3.
Who are you talking about?
Which is perfect for the Mavericks at least.
Who are you talking about?
Cooper.
Yeah, but I don't know if the Dylan Harper fit works well with the Spurs since you already have De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle. But
That's
I
what I
mean,
was thinking.
personally, I would trade the pick for Giannis.
I like that.
Just in
Fuck it,
terms
I'd
of
trade De'Aaron
if
Fox.
they keep it, if they keep it.
Nah, I wouldn't trade De'Aaron.
De'Aaron Fox is amazing. He's proven. What?
Yeah, that's why you keep De'Aaron because he's already like developed.
Solidified.
You want to win now.
But
It helps you
we-
win now more than Dylan Harper does.
We can go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Why do you want to trade De'Aaron Fox, Bez? Or was that like a rage bait?
I don't know, a little bit of a rage bait, but
Okay.
Because I think I was listening to
It's probably
520.
better fit.
I was listening to 520, like, because they said the same thing, like, if they traded, and they were just, like, thinking about packages. Like, what do you think? They were saying, like, 2 and 14 plus, like, I'm thinking at least one of Vassell or Castle.
Oh, for
And then
Giannis?
maybe another player. Yeah, for Giannis.
Giannis, yeah, I'll definitely sell the 2 and 14 because the 2 is already valuable. Like, if you think
Yeah.
about trading a 2, it's probably at the same level as a max player in
Yeah.
the NBA. So
And Giannis is still, like, 31. Like, he's still...
he's in his
right?
prime. Yeah, you
I
still
don't
get
think
2 good years.
Giannis wants to leave, honestly,
Yeah,
anymore.
he does.
You
That,
don't
man,
think so?
No.
Why? Explain.
I don't think that. I think that Dame should make it even worse.
I want to hear what you think.
Because I think the East is wide open now with the Tatum injury. I don't think that there makes sense to get up out of there right now. Like, I don't think any team out there is like significantly better.
Okay, but
I don't
what
think
can they
going to the
trade?
West makes his chances any better, honestly.
But the Bucks are pretty cooked. Like next year, they're cooked.
Yeah, what would they trade to strengthen their team? Because Dame
Yeah.
has an Achilles injury too.
Okay, but the thing is, sometimes the grass ain't
one's
always
traded for
greener.
Kuzma.
Even if he goes to a team like the Spurs, you're not expecting them to win the championship next season. I don't
Yeah, I
think
mean
so.
they'd be a contender. All you want is to be a
They'd be a
contender.
better
not
shot,
to-
You have
yeah.
a chance, but like Bez is right though. What if it goes there and the fit's horrible? Yeah,
Okay,
all
but-
your talk is good, but then when you get
It's
over
still,
there,
first of all, still a young team. It's a first-year head coach now that Pop is gone,
Hmm.
as well as even if Giannis doesn't win a championship next season. That's the only way that him getting traded, I think, makes sense if he guarantees that he can win a championship next season. Because the year after that, Dame is going to be back. You're going to have more cap space. You're going to have more flexibility. A lot of those contracts are going to be gone, and you can rebuild around Giannis healthily. You're going to recoup some of your draft picks. You know what I mean? Maybe some guys develop for you. So I don't think it makes sense to leave all of a sudden unless you really think that, okay, I have like a really strong chance to win a championship here, which I don't know if San Antonio is going to give him that personally.
I don't even
personally
think it's. I was gonna say I don't even think that it's like necessarily. It's not even for me. It's not even more so like what he'll do in the next spot. It's just like I personally wouldn't have hope if I was Giannis that like if all this time like they've done such a shit job of like building around me.
But how can
that,
you say
like-
that when they won a championship? It's been like 2 years since.
They've
No,
had
it's
one
been
chip,
4
but
years.
like it's been 4 years, and it's just like they haven't really like the moves that they've made since haven't been like good rebolstering moves. You know what I mean? And now their team is pretty like.
I mean, I think
Look at their depth now. Like their depth is shitty, and they traded for.
Yeah,
Kuzma.
I mean, it didn't
You know what
work
I mean?
out.
Like,
I think this season you have a very valid point, and in this season, like the moves they made didn't work. They waited too long for some of the moves they made. But I think in general,
traded
the
Jarrell
moves
Landry.
they made trading for Damian Lillard was more in hindsight. Like when everyone made the move, everyone said, "Oh, these guys are going to be contenders, one of the most dangerous teams." Like it made sense on paper. So I think they've done everything they can in their power to rebuild it around Giannis. They've showed him that they're willing to do so. Trade. He probably approved most of these deals, and I think he probably feels a sense of like loyalty to them because they did those things. I don't think it makes sense to him. Okay, I'm out. Request a trade. Like I'm going to get traded. It's that simple. I think he has to really think about it. And even if he does request a trade, I don't think San Antonio personally is the number one team to that he should be going to. As fun as it would be, I don't think that he should be going to San Antonio. I think that's the best for his
generational
career.
talent is always like the best option.
Yeah, I completely disagree. I feel like Milwaukee, he's already 30, and Dame comes back, no guaranteeing he'll be the same. Still don't think you'll have enough
Dame's
to
35, like
win a championship. I feel like you have a higher chance. The whole thing about him leaving is having a better chance of winning a championship at the age that he is now. And Milwaukee's not going to give that to him next season. And San Antonio gives him the best chance. You get another year of Victor Wembanyama.
I don't even agree with that either. I don't even think San Antonio gives him the best chance. I'd rather see him
why I
Houston.
think that is. I feel like you
nah.
already have Victor Wembanyama, who's the best defensive player in the NBA currently. De'Aaron Fox is one of a top 10 guard in the NBA. You already have chemistry there. You already have stability with the offense that's set since the first year head coach has been under Pop like for many years. So you already know what offense you're trying to run. And you have Giannis Antetokounmpo and Victor Wembanyama as your second best player. You don't have to trade that many pieces too, since you got the second pick and the 14th pick. You probably only have to give away one or two players. You have, and you already have your core set. You have top three players. You don't have to pay Wemby so you keep two players on the max before the apron hits, and you have a better shot within the next 2 years of winning a championship on the Spurs rather than being on the Bucks with no Dame for 1 year and a Kyle Kuzma that's giving you Tony Snell performances.
Yeah, and then everybody else in that team is pretty much like, you know what I mean, nobody. Like
No
it's the
picks either.
Prince and Grant and Gary Trent. Yeah, they have no picks. Like their future is just looking super bleak. Like it would almost be also in their best interest to try.
I don't think a superstar should just, as soon as shit gets bad, should just up and leave. Should Devin Booker be traded too then? Like,
no.
I mean, they're trading somebody. That's why KD. I think when you brought up Houston, I don't even think Giannis fits on Houston as well as KD does. You know what I mean? Like KD fits on Houston better because they need shooting. They need like that type of scoring.
I don't think
obviously Giannis is going to average 30 anywhere he goes.
I don't know if Giannis fitting.
But,
I mean, like it works on San Antonio, but again, like that team hasn't proven anything.
Can stretch.
That team has not proven anything, and you got to realize Wemby coming off like a serious injury, like a blood clot. We don't know how that's going to work. New coach, new system, a bunch of young players that who can you rely on outside of De'Aaron Fox? And we hope that Wemby's going to be good.
If you can hear that, Gabe.
Castle, rookie of the year.
It sounds like
but again, he's a young player, a rookie. Like, can we rely on him? We haven't seen anything from him. Like to say that he's
rookie of the year.
Good. Does that mean anything, bro? How many people won rookie of the year?
He's the best rookie of his class.
Come on, bro. Can we say
something?
He's literally like a generational defensive player. He got like
no. Come on, bro.
This is not like a Donovan rookie, like
shit, but like you're saying that rookie. First of all, rookie of the year does not mean that he's going to be the difference maker to them. They didn't even make the playoffs.
He impacts
bro.
the team.
He's not going to be the like Giannis and him and having De'Aaron Fox as a point guard. Plus,
I think you guys
keep one of Vassell or Castle,
bro.
Devin Vassell showcased some of his talent. Harrison Barnes is a good vet. You still have CP if he wants to resign there. Like you have players that you can resign in the offseason.
They have a solid team, but again, they're not. Oh, we throw Giannis in here. We're championship contender.
You know what I think? You know what I think is going on?
He makes any team a contender.
You know what?
They're a playoff team, but I'm not picking them to be like they're going to be like a Houston Rockets from this year.
What? With Giannis,
they'd be better in the playoffs.
The rest of the team is not good enough.
They'd be better in the playoffs.
Bro, the best player that they had, the Rockets had, was Alfred Sengun. You can't compare Alfred Sengun.
Nobody had experience except Fred.
They were the second seed, though. That's my whole point. Like
by team effort, not by superstar-led talent that's already proven in the NBA.
Bro, but we've seen this year that just because you have a superstar doesn't mean you're gonna fucking win a championship.
Two superstars plus depth and De'Aaron Fox.
The superstar you're talking about in question, Vic, is in his third season, barely, because he played limited minutes in season 1, didn't even finish season 2, never been in a playoff environment in his career, and has a brand new head coach in this third season. Like he's not going to
a generational talent, and
I understand he's a generational talent, but you can't expect him to just come in and win a championship in a first playoff appearance. And
Giannis would still be the best. Okay, it's like Giannis's team. It's not even like it's on Wemby's shoulders to carry them to the championship.
I don't know. I think it's still Wemby's team. Even if Giannis gets to the team, it's still Wemby's team.
Okay, so
Giannis would be the best player on that team.
The best defensive player in the NBA.
Wemby's team.
Facts.
Say it again.
When Wemby's healthy, he's the best defender in the NBA.
Okay.
All right, so like you already have the best defensive player in the NBA that's growing. You already have a solidified superstar that's averaged 30 points per game in the last 3 seasons, and you have an all-star level caliber player who can average 25 and 7 on your team, plus vets and a depth around you. You're gonna tell me that's not a championship level
Hassan,
roster?
you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like you're building like a 2K My Team on like what you're in your head. Like it sounds great, I promise you, but it's not like that easy. Like when you say, like I know it's easy to say,
dude, that would be a super solid.
They have a
team,
second pick. They have a second pick in the 14th
Guys,
pick.
I don't
I'm
know.
not saying
Even if
dog
you
shit are
don't
gonna miss the
take-
playoffs. I'm just saying
Even
you expect them. They're gonna win a championship automatically.
Okay,
So,
their
I
chances with that team is better than whatever the Bucks is going to do in the next
Do you
3
think they
years.
beat? Do
I'm
you
not,
think they
I'm
beat
not
the
saying
Thunder
you're
and
wrong.
stuff?
I'm not
Do you
saying
think
that.
they beat
I'm
the
just
Thunder?
saying I don't
They
think
have a
San
chance
Antonio
to.
is the
They have a
number one
chance to.
spot.
Yeah, I think
for
they
them to
would.
go.
If they did that trade, and I say kept Barnes and at least one of Vassell or Castle, and like they still if they re-sign CP to have a backup, CP as a backup point guard, he's still contributing even at this age. Like I think that they would be a super solid team. That's already like 6-7 solid players right there, and 3 of them are all-star or above. You know what I mean? 2 of them are generational.
It don't matter.
So it's just like
Okay.
I think that would give them like whatever Giannis is, like I said, whatever Giannis is going to do with the next 3 years of the Bucks. Like even if they try to build and like they're not going to build a team that's as good as that Spurs team in the next 3 years.
I don't
You know what I mean?
It's
Like
all about chances. What do you mean you don't know? Who's gonna?
I don't.
looking at what the Bucks have, no picks. If they don't trade Giannis for picks, they can't trade Dame. Nobody likes Kuzma. You know what I mean? Like they don't have assets
Tell me, why the fuck would the Bucks do that?
to
Why
even
would the
re-bolster
front
their team the
office-
next few years.
Why would the Bucks front office trade Giannis for Stephon Castle?
They need to rebuild. It might even be in their best
But
interest.
they
They have no
don't-
picks
Why would they give up?
They're gonna
a
be
top
doodle
3
sauce
NBA
because
player for,
they're gonna be mid literally for like even if
I'd
the
rather-
East sucks, they're gonna be mid for like the next forever years.
You just said that Dylan Harper is Cade Cunningham-esque. Why wouldn't you not trade for a Cade Cunningham-esque player in today's draft? Get the 14th pick, maybe
He
a
has
future first and another young player.
Giannis
And if
is
you
a
get Vassell-
generational player.
If you get
Giannis-
Vassell
Trade
or
that-
Castle,
trade that
they're
for
both hella
potential.
good young players.
That generational talent of Giannis is not going to win you a championship in the next 2 years, or of him being relevant because of what you have right now to build around him.
I mean,
Bro,
I don't know. The
you-
East is pretty weak. Like
The
I
East is
think
pretty weak. If the Pacers are in the Eastern Conference Finals, bro, I mean, granted they deserve it. I'm not saying they don't. Trust me, but the East is like kind of shit.
Okay, the Pacers just
It's not
beat
that
the Bucks
bad,
in
though.
5.
The Celtics are about to lose. What?
Literally, I don't see any
Jason Tatum's
instance
gonna miss the
unless
entire next season.
I don't see any like literally scenario unless a fucking somebody doesn't get traded or like just goes through their contract, opts out their fucking thingy, and then decides he wants to be a Buck. Like that's like the only, you know what I mean? Like that's the only way they're gonna get a player that's good enough to help Giannis get a chip.
Yeah, all we're saying is that your chances of winning a championship is higher on the Spurs than it is on the Bucks.
Okay, what if he doesn't win?
Even
one
in the
with
heart of
Spurs?
West.
What?
If he don't win one with the Spurs next year,
All right.
Obviously, it's not a 1 year thing, but like even for the next 3 years, like the Spurs are set up way better just for the future and now than the Bucks are.
Are they
And that's
gonna-
just the facts.
Are they gonna
He
be
said he
better than
wanted. He said he wanted to go to a place with no income tax. He said he wanted to leave in general already. Like, and if he wants to go to a place with no income tax, like I don't think there's a better place than the Spurs. You know what I mean? Unless like even the Heat, like the Heat would be decent, but who knows what they'd have to give up. They don't have a whole lot of assets, so they'd have to give up like one of their best players. You know what I mean? So that doesn't make as much sense.
The Spurs just have the
for
best
them.
package.
Yeah, the Spurs have by far the best package. Like, so I would like in the Bucks case, if I was the Bucks GM and I'm looking at the next 5 years, like I get that he's a generational player, but you don't even have any other piece to get any assets besides him.
And you already saw without Dame that he only got you one win with the roster that you have now. So,
I love Dame too. Like I feel bad, but it's just like he's 35 and he just tore his Achilles in the playoffs. Like that's his whole 36 years gone.
Yeah.
So he's coming back at 37. Like
and you have to build it back up.
I'm holding Giannis hostage personally.
Yeah, me too.
For what though?
the only reason they would do that is for the revenue money. That's honestly like just for the bread. Like for the revenue that he brings in on TVs, like that's the only reason to keep Giannis in this situation, just to try to siphon as much bread as you can until you can't no more. You know what I
We're
mean?
gonna ride out this next year, and then we're gonna see the year after that when Dame's back. What we could do if the East.
Yeah, because he has 3 years. I'm sure it's 2 in the playoffs.
Organization wise, that's what they should do. But if Giannis is like demanding,
They should trade him.
Nah.
They should. They should get picks.
You shouldn't trade a top 3. Like
yes, you
he's been
should.
top
If
3
you're in
for
their
7 years.
position, If you're in their position, yes, you should. They literally have no chance.
Okay,
Of,
Gabe, if
like
they
I
keep
said,
him, what are
unless
they going to do to make
But saying
them
no chance in the East is crazy.
unless a
because
top 10 player
everyone-
decides he just wants to be a buck.
But I don't
like-
care. Even if the East is weak, he still has a better chance winning in the West on a stronger team.
I don't know.
The West isn't like we just
I don't
what
know.
we're looking at now. Look what we're seeing. Like the
It's
West
not
is
sunshine and
isn't
rainbows in the
nearly
West.
as the
It's
West
not, but
isn't
you still have a
nearly
better
as
chance
locked
of better
up.
players in general.
The West is
I don't know.
tough, but it's not nearly as locked up as it looks. You know what I mean? Like we at one point in this when the second round started, we were like a lot of people have OKC, but a lot of people like I don't. You know what I mean? Like at this point, anybody could win this shit and go to the conference finals. You know what I mean? So.
At
But
one
I,
point,
that
they
level
were
of a
better
Spurs
than-
team,
with the
I think that
Mavericks, with
if-
the Spurs, it's only getting better. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it is getting better, but I'm saying like they would be a really good team. Like I get that the East is weaker, but the Bucks, it's not even. It's just like if you got traded to a team in the East, I'd be like, okay, you know what I mean? I get it. But the Bucks, like specifically, like they're gonna be in fucking purgatory
Say
for the
this,
next.
say this, Omar
3
Hassan.
5 years.
Say this: if the big
Unless
three
they
of
trade him.
Giannis, Vic, and De'Aaron Fox are a big three, where do the Spurs rank? Yeah, they might have to give up a player or two.
In
Where do
big
you see
three,
them-
nigga, that's like at least a top.
That's the
That
best
might
big
be a
three.
top one. That might be the best big three in the league.
Saying top one is just like I think it's crazy.
It is the best big three. in
It's
the league.
not. If you just go by the metrics, like that would theoretically be on paper. That would be the number one.
Bro, you were saying
No
that
third option is
like
is-
that. Paper
Which
doesn't always work
third
like that.
option? No, okay, but
Why
which
are the
third option
Rockets
is as good as
second team?
De'Aaron
Like, you know what I'm
Fox?
saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Which third option is as good as De'Aaron Fox? We were talking about Austin Reeves being the best third
Norman
option.
Powell? Like,
Yeah, like I believe Austin Reeves is one of the best third options in the league, at least going into playoffs.
but like, it's a
not
De'Aaron
like that
Fox
anymore.
is better than
It's not
Austin
like that
Reeves.
anymore.
of
It's
the
not like just
team
big
is what I'm
three
trying
carry.
to say.
we were saying that.
No, but they have.
They
I'm saying they have
big three
good
and
pieces
depth.
around them too already. Like
Exactly.
they have a decent
That's
team
the whole
around.
point.
Like
You already have bench players and you have a big three, which is
they
like-
also wouldn't be that bad if Wemby would have played. You know what I mean?
yeah. Plus, he's still on his rookie contract. You can get a year of Giannis without extending him yet.
I think it's in
Either
both
way,
their
say they
both
don't
their
even
best
I
trade
see your
interests, in my
points.
opinion.
I
they
see your
pick up
points.
a player with their second pick.
I mean, the
pick
Spurs
up,
definitely
like-
have the best package to give them. I can't argue with that.
Yeah,
But
that's a fact.
I just don't think it's the best for Giannis personally. Both ways. I mean, I guess the Spurs, like, obviously you're getting a generational player, but even then, like, you're in a good situation right now. Like, you can afford to just let it ride out a year. You know what I mean? Like, look what the Thunder did. They didn't rush anything. They didn't push anything. And they're in a great situation now. I think you force it where you trade Castle, you trade a bunch of picks, and, like, Lord knows, let's say De'Aaron Fox, it does not a fit. He's one of the small guards that, you can't win with for whatever reason. Like, then you're just cooked. Then you got to be like, all right, now we got to pivot to some other shit. And now Vic might, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't
No,
know.
That
You
only
just gotta
applies to if
afford
they're
wait.
a top
Right.
option, but like he would literally be the third option on that team. You know what I mean? Like it's like that's a thing more reserved for like the Brunsons. You know what I mean? Like he's the one who's defying those odds right now. You know what I mean? But De'Aaron Fox would literally be the third
I'm just
option on that
making
team,
shit
so it's
up,
not even
but-
like on his shoulders as a small guard.
I
just
as
feel
an
like-
organization, at least you tried.
Yeah.
Like, if it doesn't work out, you gave yourself the best shot to win it all.
They're a historical franchise too. Like if anybody's gonna get,
You got to
some shit
also
like that
keep in
off.
mind the whole salary cap situation. Who the fuck are they trading? They got to trade Harrison Barnes, Devin Vassell, Stephon. Like, they got to trade
They extended
multiple players.
Vassell.
They'd have to
Yeah.
trade.
They got to
Vassell
trade
probably,
somebody who's making 50 whatever million that Giannis is making.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
yeah,
got to trade.
you can't
Vassell's probably would be in the package for sure because
So-
Yeah, I'd ship him. I think Keldon Johnson's making a good amount too.
They probably
Send him
won't
out.
with that nigga.
Send him
It's
that
like,
way.
now
The
you still
picks are
need
the
some
biggest
role
thing.
players. Like, you can't trade everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as long as
You
they
gotta
keep
lose
Harrison
some role
Barnes,
players.
even though
If
Harrison
they
Barnes
get
is not
rid,
good,
if
it's
they
have
get
a
rid
good
of
vet.
Sohan too, that'd be even better. I actually think that's
Nah,
a W.
They probably keep Sohan.
If
He's
Sohan's
a-
gone,
he's a good
they
player.
actually get better. If they keep Sohan, they get worse. I'm telling
No,
you
if
right
you
now.
get Giannis, you don't need Sohan, bro. He could go for sure.
He's a
So
good depth
what?
player. Just to play.
You could just kick him out of the building if you get
defense
Giannis at that point.
It's funny, but obviously the picks are the biggest things. If you get the second pick and 14th pick, and then a pick in the future, then you can trade players just to make the contracts equal out. But yeah, I mean, I'm not denying that the Spurs are the best, have the best package, but I also think they're the best fit too in terms of what they're building. Because, like Omari said, the best big three would be those three, and then you potentially still have depth pieces. You can make a shot for a championship, and that's all you want. So
Okay.
that's all you can ask for.
Historical franchise, and I get that the head coach is a first year head coach, but it's like if you've been in the pop, I don't know how long he's been in the pop tree, but
Been
like,
there
if
for
you've been
years,
Pop's
bro. Been
assistant,
there
yeah,
Pop's
like if you've been
assistant
Pop's
for
assistant
years.
forever, and he's been like that nigga ain't been coaching for it's been like 2 years. Then they got a stroke like 2 years ago,
No,
like,
it
and
was
then he had
just-
another one this year. No, I'm saying
Yeah, he had
but
two
he
more
was out
seasons.
last year, wasn't he?
No, he coached last season.
Did he?
Vic
Oh,
switched year.
I thought at the end he was already like out for a cool little minute.
No,
I could have
he
sworn
had
he
one
was
early this season. Then he had another one like a few weeks ago.
right.
And
Yeah,
that's why
but
he
like that's what I'm saying.
retired.
Like it's been a little minute that like one he's been under Pop's tree forever, and obviously if Pop trusted him to be the one to step up for him, I'm sure he has decent experience, especially under in that same system. You know what I mean? I doubt he went in and switched up a whole bunch of stuff like, oh, here's my team now.
Yeah,
Like, so I feel like he may have he may be really new, but it's like he has a lot of support in that system that's been there forever. You know what I mean?
yeah. It was a good conversation though. Never thought about him actually staying. Where would you want to see him go, Gabe? You want to see him stay or go to a different organization or team?
I mean, totally like legitimately unbiased. I think the Lakers is a great option, to be honest.
Facts.
I think give LeBron one more chance. If he doesn't get it done, if he retires, LeBron and Luka, Giannis and Luka will just carry the torch and keep going. Because, hey man,
Families.
Giannis looks like an LA native to me. If you ask me, I'm not even trying to glaze the man, but he looks like he belongs here. You know what I'm saying? So
He just looked good. In
Taxes are
purple.
higher.
So like, hey, he has to go. If I'm paying taxes, he's paying tax. Okay, me and Giannis in the same boat. If I'm paying tax, he's paying tax. So
What if he
he's
goes to
always
New
welcome.
York, stays in the East?
I'll
and they
stop
trade,
watching
like,
the NBA.
Matt, Mikal?
That'd be insane. That's not KD to the Warriors, but that's like these days that'd be like KD to the
Oh,
Warriors.
but you'd have to trade all your you have to trade Mikal, OG, and Cat.
Oh, just go to New Orleans, bro.
Nah,
Stop
you don't
pissing me
have to
off.
trade that much.
You'd have to
That's
trade
a lot.
Mikal and Cat.
He's not going to New York. They're about to win the
Yeah,
fucking
I heard rumors
championship,
about it.
dude. Like, relax.
I heard rumors about it.
Bro, he's gonna
He wants to play for a big market, but he wants to play in a big market and he wants no state tax. Like
That sounds like a Texas team to me.
that sounds like Spurs to me.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a Texas team to me.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't think the fit is the same. I'd
What
rather
about
have.
Phoenix?
I'd rather have.
Hey,
I
does
do.
Phoenix
They
have
got
state
all
tax?
the defensive demons, bro.
Arizona. I don't think so. Actually,
Oh.
it might not.
Would you
KD
would have
If they
to
do,
ask
it's low.
Almond up? No, Almond Thompson. I'd ask for him if I'm the Bucks.
If
That's the only, you
100%.
can have everybody but him. You guys can have the coveted Jalen Green, like everyone
Dylan
wants.
Brooks. Man, I heard Jalen Green's untouchable
They
compared
shoot you
to
for
Devin
your
Booker.
Jalen
Jalen Green is a Bez. Jalen
No,
Green is
they're
a,
saying
is-
that because the Sun said we're not trading him. So they're like, yeah, he's by the way, guys,
Bez-
we're not trading
Bez,
him.
Jalen Green is a sleeper super soldier. I promise you. He's gonna get some code words one day. He's gonna wake up and be a superstar. Watch,
Next year, Gabe. Next year.
like Bucky from.
Oh
He
my
took
god,
the
we doing this? We doing this? No, we're not doing this. I told you we're not doing this
we're
no
going
more.
to the
There's no more
playoffs.
next year, nigga. We gonna see like
What you mean?
he's
I told
whatever
you,
until we see
it was a
otherwise.
learning
Now.
experience from this L.
We're
This is the year.
we're gonna get GTA 6 before Jalen Green's a superstar.
Actually, we got 40 points. Jalen Green in
No,
the
we're gonna
playoffs
get it
before
the same
GTA
year.
That is
6.
facts. That
Same
is facts.
year,
40
GTA
point
6
game.
comes out. Jalen Green's a superstar.
Now Jalen Green's on my I'll believe it when I see it.
He
List
gave
now.
you 40 in the playoffs. I believe it.
Jalen Green's
Okay,
on my
man.
get ready to
That's
learn
good
Chinese,
facts.
buddy.
Well, I've seen Fred
Hassan, I'll
Van
never
Vliet had
forget.
better
Hassan,
games
I'll
than
never
that.
forget.
Fred Van Vliet was better than Jalen Green for the entirety of the series.
Except one game.
He actually
He still one game.
cold. as
He
fuck.
got him
Okay,
one.
I'm
Jalen
saying
Green got him one.
Dick Van
as a
Mee.
whole. Like I'm saying, I've seen worse players drop 40 in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like
Who?
I don't know. Obviously, I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Exactly.
Andrew
Okay.
Wiggins.
All right,
Okay.
here we can look up some stats. Then if you want me to. Like,
Tim Hardaway.
I know you guys don't play double.
Tim Hardaway
Yeah, I
Jr.
want
You
you
dropped
to
40 in a
see
playoff.
on top of
Fucking-
your head.
I've seen Corey Brewer drop 51, dude. Like
That's in a regular season game.
I don't care.
Hello,
Doesn't
Tim
matter.
Hardaway Jr.
I've seen Josh Smith do shit in the
Bez,
playoffs. Like
you're mudded. Bez, you're mudded. I can't hear you.
Josh Smith was actually pretty good at one point, though.
How?
No, he was just saying we couldn't hear you at the beginning. I can hear you now. He was just saying you're mudded because you were talking and no one said anything.
That's
What's wrong
crazy.
with you?
Oh, I'm looking Aki. Mm.
We can head over to the playoffs now. On that note.
Somebody's
What is
fart.
that? Waves.
That was like insane white noise.
Am I
What else we
muted?
have on the list?
No, you're
Nah,
fine.
damn.
You're fine.
Are we doing that? I can do that.
No, we don't gotta get
No,
baseball.
don't.
We don't gotta get baseball.
My shit go up hella loud. My mic is so far away from me, it's way over there. It still picks me
What's
up.
the next?
over
Are
here.
we going to playoffs or any more topics, Hus?
I'm getting to the playoffs. Or actually, there's one thing I wanted to talk about before that.
Mhm.
Me and Omari were talking about earlier today about Halliburton being the most overrated player amongst
Oh
his
yeah,
peers
yeah.
and being voted most overrated
My rare
player
addition to
amongst
the
his
list.
peers. And I had a problem of people switching sides and saying that, oh yeah, he's not overrated now. He's not overrated. Like they weren't saying that before the playoff run. And we got to talking about like who you think is the most overrated player right now in the NBA.
Like if not
Overrated.
Hallie, I was like, if not Hallie, then who? It type shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Who's the most
because
overrated
Hallie,
player
in
in the
my
NBA?
opinion, I was telling Hassan earlier, like, you know, because I sent a picture of what they did, like, like the anime drawings of Hallie. Oh, they made him law. That's why, because that shit was hard.
Yeah.
So, but then he was like, oh, like the Hallie Dick Writers is coming through. Not talking about me, just in a general sense, like him
Yeah.
getting art and shit. And he was like, they were just saying he was overrated. And I think that, like, he was pretty poorly rated in the beginning because, like, of how bad he started. But I was like, he's probably rated because he played, like, the second half of the season really well. So I feel like going into the playoffs, like, he wasn't necessarily the most overrated player. I feel like people were just kind of like, oh, like, this is what he is, like, 20 and, like, a 19 and 10, 20 and 10. You know what I mean? I didn't think people expected any more or less or any more from Tyrese. And then this playoff run has kind of, like, surprised them again. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't
They're
think, me
hopping on
personally, I
that
didn't think he was the most
bandwagon.
overrated player going in.
I was saying it's justified to think he's the most overrated because of how he started the season off, and then like what you said about him being stagnant at that 20 and 10 spot and getting more like publicity than other players to say. So maybe from an NBA perspective or from a player, I'd say he's overrated from what I've seen. Like, oh, I'm playing against this guy. He has no bag. He'll just give you 20 and 10. He's a good assist guy, but he's not like shoot like someone who can go get you a basket. I don't know, like Anthony Edwards or something like that. So like compared to other superstars and people talking about him like he's a superstar is where I'd say he's overrated. But for people to like say, oh, he's not overrated and hop on the bandwagon now because he's winning is a whack to me.
Stay on that side, bro. Because Jimmy Butler's the most overrated player in
Stay
the
on that
NBA.
side, nigga.
No,
I
I mean I
respect
didn't.
Hallie because he's a Braun stan, so
He was, he was
gotta rock with
second
Hallie.
second on that list, right? But nobody wants
Who?
to talk about that. Jimmy Butler.
Oh, I didn't even know the list. I just knew it off the top of my dome, Hassan. Because I knew that guy's overrated, doo-doo garbage,
Nah, we not doing that. We
DDG.
not
Bro,
doing that.
Jimmy Butler, nah.
We're not
The
doing
way
that.
people were trying to talk about Jimmy Butler with Curry was crazy. Because when Curry went down, Jimmy Butler was nowhere to be seen. I don't want to hear Jimmy Butler this, playoff Butler, none of that. Hassan knows that's why he's doing that. This man Butler was overrated to the moon, and I'm not glad they lost, but I'm glad he didn't go off. You know what I'm saying? Or it wasn't worse for him. I'd say Jimmy Butler.
I never say he was like overrated to me because I already knew he was not a. When I already like when he got traded, I said that he wasn't going to be the greatest fit for the team. He'll like win you games. Obviously, I was proven wrong because we went on like a 20
Yeah, he was a good fit though.
season.
Yeah, he was a great
And
fit.
yeah, I felt like we actually had a legitimate shot of getting to the finals with Curry healthy. But once Curry went down, you not being able to get at least one win against that team by yourself and not being aggressive and not attacking Gobert shows like that the overrated nature that Gabe was talking about.
That's literally the exact overrated. Like people expect like you to play
More.
like, and you are not on that level. Like that's the whole point. I say
He's getting
he's
max
overrated.
money and
What bothers me? Yeah, what bothers me mostly is like I'd rather have him go like fucking 6 for 25. You know what I mean? Like and not have like 2 shots. You know what I mean? I'm just like, brother, like that's like you're not even giving yourself a chance to be fucking a superstar. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pod's gonna have to carry the whole game.
Like like
The
if
best
you're only
chance he
shooting.
had in game 3 where he had like 40, he missed open layups and was aggressive at least, but the game after he doesn't want to be aggressive anymore and we lose by like 20 both games and get eliminated.
Yeah, like you got to put the team in your like you've done it before, and I know that he won. At the end of the day, I think he wanted to go. He said he wanted to go somewhere he didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? So it's just like at the end of the day, like he told y'all beforehand, like I don't want to be having to do Superman Herculean things like.
But shit happens though. Like
because that's what he said about the Heat. Like the Heat started to expect him every year to like they would go out with whatever team. It's like okay, Jimmy got us. You know what I mean? And it's just like I feel like I'm half and half because at one point I want him to have that dog to be like, yeah, I can do it. Because with this Warriors team, in my opinion, like he could have got a game if he just, you know what I mean? Like full, effort, full fucking motivation, Jimmy. Like, but
Yeah, take
it
25
just seemed
shots.
like, yeah, if you're not taking shots, that's all that seems to me is like lack of effort and motivation.
Yeah.
Like, if you're literally the best player on the team on the court right now, like, you have an obligation to take 20 plus shots, like almost literally, like.
Just one. I asked for just one game.
How many shots does Pods have today, Hus? You know off the top of your head, like 20? How many Pods have?
I don't think he had 20.
You don't think Pods had 20?
I mean, shot attempts go down in the playoffs, like the games be low scoring and shit too. But
I don't think Jimmy.
But like in this instance, like this game, Jimmy to literally have like 20, 25 shots. Like
Jimmy had 11 shots today.
Bruh,
that's what I'm saying. Like he literally had 20.
11 shots.
Plus.
Green had 11. Butler had 11.
I shoot more than 11 in the pickup.
Kuminga had 23 and Pods had 19.
You're shooting 11 shots in a
Pods had 19. Like Jimmy should literally have 20 plus shots. Like no less.
11 shots.
We finally had a Buddy Hield stinker game after those freaking God games wore off.
I mean, I respect Draymond Green though.
He's a role player for a reason. You can't expect him to do that.
Field.
I
respect
terrible,
Draymond for throwing shots up.
Draymond is terrible, Bez. I agree.
At least he gives you effort. He tries hard. That's all you can ask from a player.
What do you call effort?
Yeah, he's dumb as shit, but like you know what I mean.
He'll give you effort.
He's dumb as shit, but he's valuable on the court.
Yes.
He literally should have fouled out and flagrant fouled every game, but he doesn't. So
Steve Kerr.
He should get way more texts than he has.
Steve Kerr, honestly, on some bullshit a little bit too, bro. Let's keep it
man, I liked his rotations in the Houston series. When Curry's playing, he gives you good rotations. I won't lie.
When a top 5 player is playing, you win.
Hey, man. It's true though.
Yeah, all right, Kerr. That's basically Kerr's whole motto for the last 10 years. Oh my God, Curry, KD, woohoo!
I think
he knows how to get the best out of
his
best player.
He could have used him this series. He was really good, but I don't know. I think his confidence was cooked.
Yeah, I mean, bro, when I don't play you for half the series, like, what do you expect? I'll get pissed too. Like, I'll feel a certain type of way.
Who, Kuminga?
He hooped.
Yeah, Kuminga. He hooped.
He upped his trade value for sure. I know Hassan.
Yeah,
hopefully he's up out of there, bro. He already wanted probably to leave.
No, for sure. Yeah, he's for sure.
Yeah, no, he's up out of there. But hopefully we sign and trade him and get some depth.
We could talk about the Warriors a little bit right now since we kind of talked about
What's
overrated.
next for him? Oh, yeah, I guess Jim Butler is the most overrated.
Oh no, Bez didn't say. Yeah, Bez, who do you think is the most overrated player in the NBA?
Draymond Green.
Ooh,
Really?
I like that.
I'm not rolling with that one.
I don't know. I don't think anyone's overrated.
My pick was actually going to be John Morant.
Everyone's properly rated.
John's a good one.
Can I say
John
Bradley Beal or people hate on him now?
Yeah, people hate on him.
He's properly rated.
He's properly hated. I like that.
Yeah, niggas
see, like everyone, I think that's like trash that like was highly looked on. People caught up to like I could say Paul George, but like, people are shit on.
Oh, he's been in the news. He's been in.
So it's like I don't know. I can't say anybody. Those would have been my 2 picks. Those 2 guys. But
do you agree with my John Morant take? I think he's the most overrated.
Oh man,
he hasn't been out the second round. He hasn't been healthy for a couple of past seasons. And he talks like he's
actually, I have one. It's a recency bias, but I have one. Darius Garland. I feel like after the series, I don't know. I feel like if I'm the Cavaliers, the 2 players that are on the trade block, Jared Allen and Darius Garland, because I think Donovan Mitchell, obviously, he's not the problem. I think he did everything he could. He damn near averaged 40. This is a good transition of this series. Yeah. Pacers going to the conference finals. Shout out to them. It's a disappointing season for the Cavs, and I think you could point to a lot of things. I don't know. I feel like maybe let me take that back with Darius Garland because he was hurt, so there's an excuse there.
Huge thing.
Then let me transition to Jared Allen then, because this is like the second time where the lights were too bright for him in a postseason, and I think we've already talked about before how like Evan Mobley maybe could be potentially the center of the future. And I think, I don't know, the rest of the team didn't show up. Ty Jerome had a terrible series to the point where he's basically not playing in the last game. Like he played like 2 minutes in the final game of the series. DeAndre Hunter, like he had a terrible series. He let Benedict Mathurin pretty much get in his head, even though Benedict Mathurin got ejected for that, whatever. I don't know if y'all saw that play, but yeah, they got in a little scuffle. I don't know. I think the only people you can rely on here for the Cavs are Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley. And I think Jared Allen, I think you look to move him, maybe even Garland. Honestly, I'm not against moving Garland because I think like we talk about the little guard thing. Well, if you got 2 of them, like that's a double problem. You know what I mean? Like Donovan Mitchell is already hard enough on defense to hide him. You don't have an elite perimeter defender, and then you got two like bigs that you can pull out to the perimeter as well. I don't know. I don't like the team construction. We can see in the playoffs how it's an issue. So I think one of those guys got to go personally.
They gotta get a player like Derek White instead of Garland. That'll fix a lot of problems for them.
Yeah, Derek White's damn near untradeable at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
Derek White.
Literally, we're like
Derek White's never
like
leaving, but
four.
still.
They said we need 4 picks right now, at least.
Yeah, but I agree with you guys. Jared Allen needs to go. He was the only player that was healthy this whole series, and it was just god awful. Like
Cardio man.
You win 60 games this season. You have Jared Allen as your starting center, and then he doesn't show up. Like the lights are too bright for him in the playoffs again. I feel like you already know what you have with this team. You're not gonna really get as far as you want to with a 2 small guard lineup.
He too dirty for real. You don't got that dog.
Yeah, no dog in him. I'll give Darius Garland a pass though. His toe was definitely hurt, and he couldn't really move the way he wanted to. And DeAndre Hunter got a bit hurt at the end of game 1, I believe. So I'll give him a pass. But Jared Allen is definitely a centerpiece that needs to go. He needed to step up when his teammates were down, didn't step up, and I feel like he needed to get traded for that, bro. Honestly,
his style is nothing crazy. That's the problem. Like,
Yeah.
and
I don't
he
have
doesn't
Claxton.
he doesn't do much other than rebounding. Like other than like that, you know.
He's
what
just supposed to be a rebounder, shot blocker.
Like that archetype is like 12 years old, bro. We need a new archetype.
He's an all-star.
It is, and there's also better and younger.
Yeah,
I'd rather, like I said, I'd rather have Claxton. I'd rather have I'd rather have Duren. You know what I mean? I mean, he's not really on the trade block, but
yeah, those type of.
Rather have Kessler. Rather have, let's see.
Yeah, that type of archetype.
Young, yeah. There's young people who are literally better than what his best attributes. You know,
no reason.
They're better than him at his best attributes.
Yeah, I saw Donovan Mitchell today saying that he didn't get any sleep and he watched the game back twice. That the media is gonna write him off. You're damn right, we're gonna write you off, bro. You guys just won 6
we're not doing
games,
that.
and then lost to the Indiana Pacers in 5 games. Like
he played good majority of the games.
Hey,
he played
Donovan
good.
averaged like 40.
He always plays good. This is always the problem with
these
teams. Utah team, they destroyed Rudy Gobert and Boyan. Mike Conley wasn't playing the greatest. Donovan Mitchell showed up. Every team he's been on, he shows up, and his team doesn't show up for him.
That white noise
He
going
takes
on
the
again,
blame for it and says, "Oh, we're going to be better. I can't sleep." It's not his fault. His team is dog water in the playoffs when it matters most.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like that's what I was saying. I thought you were saying like they're gonna write him off, like him himself. I'm like, he shows up.
Right.
Like, this nigga shows up every year. Like,
yeah.
That's why. That's also a reason I hate playoff narrative. You know what I mean? I seen someone tweet like, "Oh, like what are we gonna have the conversation? Like Donovan never gets out the second round." I'm like, nigga, like, like what do you want him to do?
I think that's the game though, bro. Like if you're not winning and you're a talented superstar player that's an All NBA talent, like you should get blamed.
Yeah, but people don't analyze the game. Like that's not game analysis. You know what I mean? That's just
it's like Carmelo Anthony. You get hate. Like, dude, James Harden, Jason Tatum still gets hate, and he won a championship.
Okay, but Melo had pretty good teams. Like,
I'm just saying though, like if you perform and you still don't get it done, like Westbrook, think of any superstar that was like super talented and never won a championship, they get flamed for it, flack.
I guess so, but it's just like in this case, I'm like he literally shows up damn near every playoff. Like he shows up every playoffs and damn near every game. Like he obviously everyone has their whatever games, but
so what does that mean, guys? He needs to go to the Lakers, plain and simple. It always comes down to like the way it works.
Maybe it's time to like be a second option on a team.
Dog, but he could be a first. It's not his fault. His team is due to cheats, bro.
Besides Brunson,
his first ain't working.
Besides
bro.
Brunson is showing that you gotta have a.
He's averaging, brother. What does Stephen A. Smith say in the clip? He's averaging 40. Like, dog, what else do you want him to do?
It's just the way the NBA is. It's like team makeup. It's not even him. It's
like,
just team makeup these days. You gotta have a forward that's like.
I didn't even think besides Brunson yet, Omari. They haven't even shown us. We got to pump the brakes a bit until you actually get to the finals.
Yeah, we gotta wait. It's not over yet.
I'm just saying he's leading them pretty well. Like Cat is kind of Cat's only averaging 20. Like he's kind of.
Donovan Mitchell led his team pretty well. His team didn't show up for him.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not good though. I mean, what do you think? Like I mean, it's pretty obvious. Jared Allen's a problem, and then unfortunately, as good as DG is when he's healthy, both of them being on the floor together is a problem defensively. You know, so once they fix those, and I mean, Hunter's a great addition as a wing, 100%. I totally agree with that. Maybe who was it Struess could have had a better
Yeah.
game, right?
0 for 9.
What did he say in the group chat? If you
Oh
He
yeah,
said, if you're not gonna hoop, don't come to work today.
it says Mr.
nah, he didn't even say hoop. He said like if you don't believe
Show up or
You
something.
don't believe we're gonna win,
Yeah, if
I
you
guess
don't
he didn't
don't
believe
show
it.
up.
He didn't believe in Game 5 either.
bro.
Ty
Just,
Jerome.
I was talking about this at work today. Just imagine like you get a text from Max Struess of all people, not Donovan
Oh,
Mitchell,
God.
not Evan Mobley, not even like a vet like Tristan Thompson texting you like, "Oh, if you ain't gonna show up, don't show up to the game today. Like, you don't think we're gonna win? Like, who's this guy telling me don't show up to the game? Max Struess.
I would lock that nigga out to the locker room.
They gotta close them like
Yeah,
they
Not
close
let him
pods.
change.
If
I'll
it was
steal his
Donovan
uniform.
Mitchell, DPOY, Evan Mobley, veteran Tristan Thompson, done it before in the past. Okay, you got
No,
a point.
I would be more mad if Tristan Thompson sent that shit, bro. You
Nah,
haven't
I
played
wouldn't
all
be that mad. I
fucking
wouldn't be that
series,
mad.
bro. What the fuck?
I wouldn't be that
He's a
mad
vet.
because
That's
he's
his
just like
job.
he's just like a
Vet.
random
He's
vet.
meant to
Like
hype you up.
he's a
He's meant to
vet.
hype you up.
Like yeah.
And he was
I
on the
guess.
Cavs team that came back 3-1. So there's like purpose.
Oh, that's
Max-
what DG said.
Well,
That's why
Max-
DG. That's why DG said it's like, this franchise come back 3-1 before. Tristan
Yeah.
Thompson gave him motivation, bro.
Yeah, but Max Struess of all people, and then you shoot 0 for 9. Come on, man. That's
It's
the
bad, bro.
that's the
It's
Klay
bad.
Thompson 0 for 10 stinker this year.
Oh, they got fraud checked. GG,
No,
well
I can't
played.
even say that. They would have got lost anyway. It don't even matter what he shot. They
They
lost
would've,
by
but
like
still.
30 points.
They were
Don't
up
go
like
texting
8.
the
They
group
were up
chat and not
19 in
showing
like
up
the
in
first
game.
2 quarters, then they blew it. Like
Yeah,
fast.
I know.
was crazy.
It's tough.
Oh, I was watching that game. Halliburton went on a crazy burner.
Yeah,
Like
he was
fucking
shooting it.
33-foot bombs. 30. Yeah, it was crazy.
Role players just stink. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
If Donovan Mitchell isn't giving you 40, they had no chance.
Yeah, they still lost when he did. that
Yeah, that was sad.
was the
That's-
series ender right
I mean,
there.
they choked that game. I can't even say like they fucking gave that shit away.
Yeah.
The Halliburton buzzer beater.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's look. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think they should do,
yeah,
Gabe? Did you give your opinion? What's
I
next
mean,
for the
I
Cavs?
said what I think we all say the same thing. Just we say them many times. I mean, having the 2 small guards,
Fire
best
the
said 100%
coach.
agree with. Jared Allen is low key. He needs to get up on out of there ASAP. He's actually a problem. But other than
Come
that,
to
I
the
mean,
Lakers, Jared Allen, for the low.
Nah,
we
I
could
don't
use
even
you
want
for the
that.
Lakers, bro.
I'd rather have Claxton. I'd rather have Kessler. I'd
Bro,
rather have,
stop being
I'd rather have
picky,
literally
bro.
every young nigga, dude. Like, there's
Stop
no
being picky.
reason. There's so many better people who do.
Drive
who
Jackson
do
Hayes. I don't think so.
No, obviously not Jackson. If Jared Allen, if every other team says no, give me Jared Allen. Like, but if Claxton's
Bro.
on the board, if Kessler is available for anything,
Lakers can't be
if,
choosers right now, bro. We need anyone.
I don't like I said, I don't think Duran's gonna be on the block. Who are we trying to get? I don't know if Marco would still want to come. I think he don't fuck with us
there's
no
no
more.
way.
Hey,
There's
Yeah,
no
he
way.
Not
don't fuck with us
stepping
no
foot.
more. But like all those players, I'd rather have before Jared Allen. Like
Jared Allen's still good for what he.
I'm not
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
no
yeah.
known playoff droppers. None ever. Like I'm done. Like no after D'Lo,
Hey,
no
but
known
you
playoff
got- you
droppers.
got
Luka
Luka
will
Doncic
elevate
doing it,
him, bro. He ain't
Luka
Donovan.
Doncic
Luka will
is
elevate him.
feeding you
Yeah.
baskets. He's literally just throwing it up for you to.
You
draw
forget
the
Luka
dunk.
makes all like lively and shit look like all stars, bro.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Luka will get him the easiest basket of his career.
Of
There's
his
no
life.
two lights are too bright for.
He'll
a
be an
fucking
all star again.
alley.
Well,
Wow.
Lakers have like 3 or 4 all stars. Nah, but
Yeah,
I
we can
said
talk about the
I
Warriors
think
then. With
yeah.
the loss now, we're done for the year. What do you guys think is what's next for the Warriors going into next?
I can let
season?
you go first if you want to say whatever you want to say first.
All right. Yeah. I personally think we have one more good year of Stephen Curry left, of him actually contending for a championship. Jimmy Butler already showcased to you who he is now. He's a player. He's a glue guy, a guy that's an above average glue guy that can win you games as a number 2 or 3 player that can get others involved. You need to find another player that can put the ball on the floor and get you a basket. That was the biggest thing when we lost Stephen Curry. Showed us our biggest weaknesses, that nobody can put the ball on the floor and get you a basket on the roster, and we got absolutely cooked because of that. So going into the offseason, try to sign and trade Kuminga to a team for a player that can get you a basket, put the ball on the floor and get you a basket, a wing that can play defense and get your basket. I don't know who in particular right now after the loss, but that's probably something we need to fill, because I feel like we have good depth with Brandon Pajemski, Quentin Post, all the players that we've played this year, especially in a Curry-led system. But if Curry's out, or if we need someone, Curry, to take a break, as he is getting older, 37 years old, we need to get another wing player that can get us at least 15 to 17 points per game. which might be hard since that should have been Jonathan Kuminga going to this year. I thought that was going to happen. Obviously, Steve Kerr and that organization decided differently, but maybe we can sign and trade and get somebody for him. That's the only way we can compete in the Stephen Curry era, which is one more year, in my opinion.
Okay. It's cool.
How's it feel, Hassan? I guess we're in the same boat.
No, we don't need a center. We're good on that. We're good on the center
No, I'm just
part.
saying, like what you said, you got one more year. How does it feel?
No, I think y'all do need a center. Actually,
Yeah, man. Actually,
I
I start
mean,
crying.
we never won with a big center. I don't think that's the reason why.
times are
we don't have a
changing,
center.
buddy.
I mean, that's not the biggest reason. If we get out rebounded or like Rudy Gobert has a 20-20 game on us, then I'll give you that. explanation.
By the way,
playable
Hassan,
center. You need the
Hassan,
option to be able to go to somebody.
Hassan,
Ely?
I saw a lot of flaws when like the Rockets put Steven Adams in. You guys were getting like dismantled, by the way.
That's a fair point.
Like literally, like a person like Steven Adams, 7-footer, big, burly, like he was giving you guys big problems. So imagine like when a
big me.
you know, when a big center like I can't think of one. Imagine if Embiid was still good, you know what I mean? Or like it was people like that, like start dominating.
I would say that like we would need a Steven Adams-esque player where we don't really play him in the regular season, but once we match up in series, we can play him and he'll be a veteran enough to be ready and stay ready for the moment and play him then. Yeah. Because Steve Kerr doesn't like usually play centers. Like Kevon Looney was a good part, like a good player because we will play him when it matters in certain moments in the games and he'll show up. But Steven Adams is just like huge and he was the best offensive rebounder. And we managed to win that series. But like I said, if Rudy Gobert is not giving us 20-20 games, then no big reason for us to worry about getting a center.
Yeah, we'll give you guys Alex Len for Kuminga if you guys want. Don't worry.
I don't even know why that dude's still in the league, bro.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. Bez, what do you think about the Warriors after tonight? They lost in 5.
Yeah, I think they need a center because you need to be able to match up with different teams around the league and their different styles of play. I think if they ran into a team like the Nuggets as well, it would have been problems just as badly, if not worse, with Jokic. And then other teams that play big, it's going to be an issue. I'm not saying you need a superstar or anything, Joel Embiid type center, but you need somebody you could play that's not Kevon Looney. You know what I mean? Like someone that could get a bucket. And also, you talked about someone that could get a bucket. You need someone that could run the offense when Steph is not there. That's like point blank simple. Because Jimmy Butler was not doing it. Like you said, he's kind of just a glue guy. If Steph's out, you can't expect him to be the guy to step up. He's still not going to do that.
Yeah,
you need somebody that could.
That I think is like
Jordan Poole.
Why that doesn't work is because the Steph-centric offense, like only Steph can run it, and that's what the whole offense is based off of.
No, but that's just not.
Once he's out, it's like cooked the way that we run.
I don't think so because you can definitely find somebody to get in there where you don't have to run okay, this guy's going to come in and do the exact same thing Steph Curry did and run the same offense. It's just like when he's out, we have a different type of offense we can go to because we have this other guy that may be okay. It's a little more heliocentric where we, drive and kick or, this guy, Luka ball dishes it to an open guy after the double team collapses. But you need something that's not fucking. I don't even know what your offense is right now. Like you just chuck up threes. Like I'm sorry to educate me on that, but
it's pretty dead offense right now. I was watching a lot of the game.
Jimmy Butler is supposed to be that guy.
But he's not. But you guys got Spencer on point guard duty, and it's not looking good. I saw it a lot.
Yeah, and like I said, you just need another ball handler that can. I don't want to. Yeah, he doesn't have to be Steph, but he just has to be able to fill in when Steph's on the bench or miss the game here and there. You know what I mean?
Like Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole. Like I said, like Jordan Poole, like helps you guys a lot. Obviously, you guys gave up on him. Sucks to suck because you guys punched him in the face. But yeah.
I heard Jalen Green's available. He's the same type of player.
Imagine.
I wouldn't hate that. I'm not gonna lie. I would not hate that.
Yeah, we would. He would not be on our roster though. Realistically, sadly, I wish we could get him. A young
but you need kind of to play devil's advocate to that. You do need more defense. I don't think Draymond had a great defensive series this series. I don't know about this game. I didn't watch it too much, but it's just like in general, I think he kind of struggled. And I know he's supposed to be defensive player of the year and stuff like that, but he's just athletically not gifted is the nicest way to put that. You need other good defenders around him. And it's like you guys also suffer for some of that stuff that the Lakers do where you have some one-way players like GP2, great defender, but it's like every team's going to just let him shoot as many shots as he wants. Kuminga can get tunnel vision on offense a lot of the time. So I think more two-way players are needed for the Warriors, in my opinion, as well.
That's like the
Yeah, I
whole
agree.
league.
Or
Mhm.
coach
Every
coaching
team
issues.
is.
Or
Hey, look at the
problems.
Knicks. That's all they got, and look how good they
coaching is
are.
not
So
bad.
The whole team, the whole
Steve
league
Kerr's a
could
good
use two
playoff
players.
coach. He's a good playoff coach. Regular
Kerr's
season,
fine.
you could
I ain't
argue.
worried about
Playoffs, he's good. I think so. Do you guys believe that Stephen Curry's window is one more season, or
That's a
It's
good
over.
question. It really depends because I could see 2 seasons happening. To be honest, I could, but man, it depends on the supporting cast if they're gonna try and support. Like if
He'll
they're
be better next year for sure.
he'll have
Yeah.
guaranteed 1 year, but after that is where I get. I'd say 2 if they really try. Like if they really help him out, I'd say 2.
and the funny thing is that next year is going to be harder than this year. Like, say
Yeah.
if Giannis goes to the West, Cooper Flags on the Mavericks, like
Lakers gonna
those
be
teams
better.
didn't make the playoffs, and two teams are going to be like eliminated from the playoffs
Yeah.
going into next season.
maybe you should.
Grizz is out of here for sure.
Grizzlies,
Grizzlies could
Yeah,
make
they
some
got it.
moves though, can't they? They could trade.
I mean,
Yeah,
maybe,
they
but
Clippers,
The
maybe
West is so
Clippers are
strong,
good
like
this year at the end of the year.
like if
They're starting
in
to
the
sign people.
in the scenario that we foresee, like these people, the West continues to get stronger. The Lakers are gonna, like I said, we know the Lakers are gonna make a move. The Clippers are already pretty good, as is. It's just like the Nuggets got to do something. I don't know what they're gonna do. But they got to do
It
something.
doesn't even matter. Jokic will get you to the
Like-
playoffs. It's one man
Yep.
army.
Nah, but for sure. But obviously they want to compete. Like they're not at their
Yeah.
championship.
Strong.
Obviously, technically, like actually no, they're
Yeah,
not
you
even
have a
going to the
chance.
conference
You have a
finals.
chance with him. He's showing us.
Yeah,
right now.
but he's not. They were favorites, you know what I mean, at one point because of how good
their
their team
playoffs,
was.
so we ain't even know.
Yeah.
They're not
they
out
still have a
yet.
chance.
They're not out yet.
But I'm saying, like, I think that they'll try to get better. They need to get better, so I think they'll try to get better too. You know what I mean? Like the West is going to continue to get stronger. So I'm like, yeah, I do agree. Like next year is it's going to be like even harder, barring
They trade
injuries.
MPJ now if they could.
MPJ
Dude,
Dude,
with
you know
one
he's
shoulder.
making the same amount of money as SGA this season. Insane.
You
That's
got
good.
a max, yeah.
Fuck
They're
SJ.
both making $35 million.
Good.
What do you mean good?
Yo,
Good.
I've seen so many NBA
Keep-
Yeah, I hate
quotes
SJ.
on my
Don't make as many.
timeline.
Don't make more M's, bro.
Some
Okay.
old ones, bro. He said, "You could send your little kid to school and they could come home and say, 'Mom, I'm a cat.'"
Oh yeah, that MPJ. Yeah, take
He
that
has some
nigga. Cancel
funny.
that
He
nigga's
has some
podcast
funny.
too.
He has some funny podcast moments. I seen
Yeah,
it.
cancel that nigga podcast.
What
Yo,
was
that
what he
shit is
said?
the podcast.
Does he do it
one
with
is
like
funny.
Lana Rhodes or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
he has
star
them
with
up
the
there.
stars, bro. With the
You just
stars.
have to pretend like you're fucking this guy, and you just have to pretend like you like him.
How do you?
That's
Do you
tough.
actually remember?
Man, that's
It's
tough.
a crazy crossover.
Like what kind of like what like yeah like that was the insight.
Why are you on a
That's
podcast?
the insight we got. He's like, damn, that's tough.
Bro, remember him? Remember
That's a
him?
nigga podcaster, bro. Like that's not what
Remember when his car was
podcast.
getting
I don't
towed?
like this nigga.
Remember when he
What?
stood on top of the tow truck when his car was getting towed?
Oh my god, yeah, dude. Come on, bro. He says me.
Yeah, we're brothers. Supposed to help my brother
My
out.
bro, yeah, my bro. You help brother out. I'm like, nigga, you getting
Oh,
told.
I saw him. Someone. But what's the craziest NBA moment that ever happened? Someone quote tweeted him leaking Adam Silver's number.
No, dude, he's the dumbest nigga ever, dude. He really is like a top 5 dumbest nigga in the NBA.
Oh,
Like it's so funny.
Just like his brother. He's stupid.
Oh yeah, see, I'm saying though, I like they're a family for a
It
reason.
runs in the family.
Yeah, like
the Porter
doing
family.
dumb shit.
Do you guys? I want to know your thoughts. Do you guys think the Nuggets can come back from down 3-2, or is
No.
it wraps?
No, I'm just kidding. They're going to Denver, right? Yeah, I think it might go 7.
You think it might go 7 and then Thunder wins or Nuggets win?
I got the Thunder winning.
Regardless, like 6
Yeah,
or
I probably
7.
would have the Thunder.
I got Thunder in 6. I feel like the game that Jokic just had, where you almost dropped 50 and your team loses the way that they did, is kind of demoralizing. I feel like if you're okay, or if you're the Nuggets, yes, you're back home and you have the high altitude home advantage. But if you don't start off strong, I feel like OKC is just gonna keep coming at you. They play hard for 4 quarters, and I think they'll finish it in 6. Honestly, if the Nuggets don't play hard at the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm. I go ahead, Omari. You're good.
I was just gonna say, like, I see what you mean. Like, normally I am on the side of like people get demoralized, but I think in the 3-2, like you still have hope. You still have a chance. Like,
Mhm.
and Jokic at the end of the day, he's Jokic. Like, it's not like he's new to those type of games. It's not like he had the best game of his life and then he still couldn't get it done. Like, he's literally had better games. You know what I mean? So,
40-20 is hard to
and
top.
nor do I think he cares so much about You know what I mean? Like he may have been like I had that good of a game, but not necessarily like I had that good of a game and we still couldn't win. It's just like I think he's more in the mindset like we didn't win regardless of what stats I had. You know what I mean? Like
I wouldn't say it's demoralizing for him because he's obviously a MVP level talent and he's the best player in the league. He'll show up, but for his teammates, it may be demoralizing. Like, oh man, our best player just went and did this. Jamal almost had 26. We played the whole fourth quarter and we still couldn't get it done. Like, damn, maybe my confidence wouldn't be as high as it once was. Winning the game where he dropped 40 and 20. Having Aaron
role
Gordon
players maybe.
You know what I mean?
Role players,
If
I
they-
get you. Role
if
players
they
can still
won-
get demoralized.
if
I just
that
don't
won
think
that-
Jokic will.
If they won that last game, they could have closed it in 6, though. They could have. They would have had all the momentum of that Jokic God game.
They're also not
Back-
new to Game
back
7's
and
long
I
series
know.
either.
Yeah, they just beat the Clippers like a week
Yeah.
ago, 2 weeks ago.
And that's a team full of vets. Like I know that OKC is great, but it's just like, you still need that experience factor. So I'm like, I wouldn't just write them off in this game. I think they could win this game. But if it goes 7, what I mean, OKC at home, like, and they're a better team in general. So, it's a toss-up at the end of the day, but I would still give OKC the edge.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
I
But I
think
do think the Nuggets will win next game.
I
I got
that.
Thunder closing it out tomorrow.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, he said Thunder in 6.
Okay. All right. Man,
What about you?
I got 7.
Bro, I think it goes to 7. And I do think the Thunder close it out. But you know why I say that, Hus?
Mm.
Anything I say on this podcast, the inverse happens. So the Nuggets are going to win, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Damn.
So, like, you know what it is, what it is. I just played
Come
them.
on, 200 IQ.
I just played them.
Easy.
Yeah, you cursed my
Good
James
shit,
Harden.
good
You
shit.
cursed my king, huh?
I cursed James.
That's crazy. My James.
My Shayla
My
James.
glorious Mr. Harden. No,
My
yeah,
Harden.
I think the Thunder do win in 7. I think the Nuggets are gonna come out swinging. I'm gonna sound so stupid again. I thought you were gonna fucking say it. Okay.
We gotta make a compilation of Gabe takes. We gotta make a compilation of Gabe takes at the end of the year.
I think
Just
100%
see which ones came true.
I think 96.5% of Gabe takes are all the exact opposite. I swear to God.
Like the exact
I'm
opposite
gonna say,
happened.
Nuggets are gonna come out swinging. They're gonna go down by 40 in the first quarter, like shit like that. Like I swear.
It's okay. We're all wrong
I'm a
about the Lakers,
curse.
so
I'm a curse.
Hilarious. Now, you know what we should be talking about? A team that could actually come back down 3-1. Celtics. They won today.
Yeah.
Series is tied 3-2, going back to Madison Square Garden. No Jason Tatum, but I do think that the players are more engaged into their roles without JT. They know Jaylen Brown is going to be their leading scorer. They know Derek White provides them offense and defense on both ends at a high level. And, Payton Pritchard's going to come off the bench and give you scoring. I feel like all the role players know their roles even more without Tatum. And, they're trying to do it for him as well. So there's more added motivation towards it. I actually do think there's a chance that they'll push it to 7 and win in 7.
I think so too. I was actually gonna say that too. Like, man, I think the Celtics do have a good chance of coming back. I know it's crazy saying without Tatum, but I do think they have a chance to do it without him, which is crazy.
Yeah, because some of the games he was shooting them out of the 20-point leads.
he
But
was.
now it's gonna be legacy hurting.
Tim, you think so?
Yeah,
But doesn't that fit his
he
narrative?
already has shitty aura. Like he already has like bad PR.
That's what I'm saying.
Like if them niggas come back 3-1 without like literally he fucking doesn't play any games to the comeback and they come back and they lost all the games with him, like
Bro,
he's
what-
already Jaylen Brown already took that nigga's finals MVPs and shit. Like
Team USA won without
that's
him.
literally his team. After that, it's his team, and he's gonna be all there next year, being the one option.
Bro. Well, okay, so what
Tatum
if
might
the
as well just leave.
Celtics? What if the
That's not his
Celtics
team
win
no
the
more.
championship without Jason Tatum? What's the narrative?
On who? On the Celtics? Like organization?
On Tatum.
Brown or Tatum?
On Tatum, no, dude.
On
Tatum's
Tatum. What's the
cooked.
narrative on Tatum?
He got checked. He
Tatum's
got fraud
cooked.
checked.
He's
He's done.
Yeah, he got fraud checked.
If your
That
team
ring
came
is
back,
that ring is
if
forever
your-
fraudulent.
If your team came back down 3, or whatever it was, 3-1 without you, and they won the finals, you're cooked, bro. Sorry.
Nah, his ring is not fraudulent, but like if we're talking legacy talks, and then somebody brings up that ring, and then like
They better not
this
even
is the
talk
stuff
about
that
that ring.
transpired later. You know what I mean?
They
Was
better not
Jaylen
even
Brown
talk-
like better all time?
Who?
JB, is he better all time if he wins a chip?
If he would win a chip this year and get found, yeah, 100%. Get found
think
MVP,
so.
100%.
I think he's better than Tatum all time.
100%.
It's weird to say, but
If he
dude
would
is-
actually, I don't think he would. He's gonna do that. In my opinion, I haven't given my take yet, but I think Knicks are gonna close it out next game. But in the event that Jaylen Brown like started cooking in the next 2 games and they actually come back, it's like what are you gonna say?
Dog, if they
Yeah.
win,
What they gonna
Tatum's
say
like,
now? What they gonna say now? We did it.
We did it.
Uh,
Nah, dude, I hate that nigga.
yeah.
Nah, I don't hate him. I don't hate. He's
Bro,
just,
did you
bro.
see
It's just
did you
like
see the
he just
memes
doesn't
of
have
like
sauce. Like he doesn't have no
you see the
aura.
memes of him like, oh, he's even copying Paul Pierce and Kobe tearing his Achilles and going on the bench.
No, that's
that was
crazy.
so bad. I
That's
laughed at it
fucked
so
up.
bad.
That's great. He's copying him. Copying
Man.
KD. He can't even do nothing.
He can't win,
Can't do
bro.
nothing original.
Bez,
Tatum
what do you
can't
think?
win.
Bez, what do you think about the Celtics and Knicks?
You think they come back down 3-1?
No.
You think they're cooked?
Yeah, me neither.
There's
I think
no
they cook
shot,
next
or is
game.
there like some shot?
I mean,
I'm booking it,
obviously they
Gabe.
have a good team, but
I'm booking
they
it.
do
Celtics are going to come back down 3-1. I feel like Derek White and Jaylen Brown are going to lead this team to victory in 2 games. Go to MSG, win game 6. Go to game 7. Jaylen Brown's going to drop 30 and win it all for them. I feel like
30.
the
That's not that much.
Clip
That
it.
is a lot.
Clip it.
Nah,
I
30's a lot.
stamp it,
He-
Hassan. I double stamp the
dude.
approval.
Honestly,
Make the clip.
I think that last
Celtics in
game.
7.
I think
I
that
like
this game is where they got all their like rally war cry. Let's rally behind Tatum. You know what I mean? I feel like it was home.
Woo. This is the
You know what I mean?
woo.
They're home now. It happened in New York. They came home. You know what I mean? I mean? They rallied for their team. They had the home crowd behind them. Once they get to MSG, you know what I mean? I know that MSG is not the best. I guess in the playoffs it's a really good home crowd. During the regular season, it's
Oh,
not.
for sure, yeah. That's top
But
10.
yeah, like they're gonna be in MSG with the MSG crowd. You know what I mean? Like they're still down Tatum at the end of the day. Their interior and like their interior presence isn't that great. They have like Cornette. You know what I mean?
Bro, did you
Porzingis
not
gave
see
him
him
like
today?
nothing.
He had 7 blocks.
Yeah, I know he was going crazy, but I'm like, do you expect him to have another? He's not Gobert. You know what I mean? He's not Kessler.
Give me 3
Like,
blocks. It'll
he's
do.
not
Give me
Wemby.
3.
I don't. But
He got 7. Luke Hakeem Cornette.
yeah, I think that the team and all the role players played really well. Like I think they just rallied behind that. Like they had, they get that vigor from having to pull their weight for Tatum. But I think once they go to MSG, it's gonna be it's not gonna be there. You know what I mean? It's not the same. I don't know. Wait for
I
it.
see.
We'll see. So me and
What-
Gabe got him coming back down
We got
3-1.
100%. That's a Gabe TikTok stamp of approval right there.
This thing's
All right,
not a
then
real
we
Lakers
can-
fan. Gabe's about to be
can
excommunicated.
do,
Actually,
Our Eastern Conference. What'd you say?
I'm
I said
about to
he's
be
not a real Lakers
excommunicated.
fan. He's about to be excommunicated over here rooting for the Celtics.
Not
Yeah.
just to clear it up. I'm not rooting. I just think they'll come back. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, I know they'll come back. I don't think anything.
And they
I know
rigged
them.
this game. You saw the third. I know y'all saw the third quarter. Come on, man.
Are you talking about the Brunson
Mm.
fouls or which ones?
Yeah, it was in general. Like
I think he should have got fouled out. By the way, I do agree with that.
Me too.
no.
I think he did. I think he actually fouled like all of those.
You think he had 5 straight fouls in one quarter?
I think he did.
Nah, come on.
They gotta call those. Like
Come on, man. Okay, but like
We can
every
do
superstar,
our,
everybody has a little bump foul. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
yeah.
we can end with our conference finals predictions. Before.
Ooh.
All right, so if the Knicks go there, we got Pacers and Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I think that's going
Who
7
do you think
again.
is going to win?
Who's gonna have? It's Pacers
I'll go
home court
Knicks
or
in
Knicks?
7.
Pacers.
Knicks, I think.
Knicks home court. Knicks home court.
Knicks home court?
I'll go Knicks in 7.
I'm very surprised by how the Pacers have handled this playoffs, stealing away games and shit like that. So I might give it to Pacers in 6. I think what they're doing. I think
Ooh.
it's gonna be really competitive. It's not gonna be like I think one of those 20-point blowouts, 30-point blowouts. I think it'll be close, but I have the Pacers winning in 6.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gabe. I also have the Pacers in 6. In fact, the role players have been shooting 3-point percentage. Their 3-point percentage has been out off the roof. I can't even speak. With Nemhard and Naismith, they've been cooking it. They've been cooking, and I feel like Tyrese has been leading the team. The team has been more. They play well, team-oriented basketball for 40 minutes more than all the other teams in the East, especially more than the Knicks because the Knicks have been down 20 points and coming back through those games. But yeah, I feel like the Pacers are just a better team overall, and they play better basketball throughout the year, or throughout the playoffs at least. So I'll have them winning in 6.
I like Pacers. Pacers have been playing up to their competition too. So
Yeah.
even when you think they're gonna lose, they don't.
They have been playing pretty well, but I'm just like, I know it's not as simple as additions and subtractions, but it's just like they went 7 last year, and like New York had 2 huge additions. You know what I mean in the offseason.
No
And
Randall
then-
either.
Yeah, and they didn't have Randall. OG was hurt. Like there was a lot of things going against. Like you know what I mean. The Pacers are great, and I think they're better this year than last year. But it's like last year their run was, I'm not gonna say fluky,
Mickey
but
Mouse.
they had a lot of injured teams that they played against. And then OG and like in the game 7, like OG was barely playing. Like I think he just come back, and Josh Hart was hurt. He was playing on an injury. So yeah, I'm like, I think I'll give the edge to the Knicks this year, even though I do think the Pacers are playing better than they were last year, and that they look better. And they're playing great in general. Like I don't want to take anything away from them, but I think that the Knicks like they might just have too much like 1 through 5 now. You know what I mean? Deuce McBride's playing well too. Like they have a pretty good. Their whole rotation is playing pretty well right now.
Yeah. What do you think, Bess? Who do you think would win that series?
Probably go with the Knicks in that one.
Makes sense. How many games?
I don't know. It's gonna be a close series. Probably go with the
Your mic's
Knicks
a little
in
messed up.
6.
I can hear him.
It's really low.
Oh.
You said Knicks in it. Best, how many games?
In 6.
6. Okay.
Damn.
Man, bro. It's
So
really
Knicks in
tough.
7, Knicks in 6, and then two Pacers in 6.
Bro, it's weird because I didn't picture these guys making it to the conference finals. You feel me? So that's why it's like I'm hard to like.
That's the best
I
part.
mean,
It's
they made it.
Beautiful thing of our sport.
They still the Pacers or the Knicks or
Both. Both.
The Celtics still might make a game, and I think they will.
I think they will too.
Oh,
And if the
brother.
Celtics go to the Pacers, the Celtics are dogging them too.
If they sell, yeah. So if
Actually-
Pacers and
Actually,
Nah, I'm taking the
this
Pacers.
year
No
without
Tatum, I'm taking the
Tatum,
Pacers.
I don't know, Huss.
I'm taking the Pacers. The Pacers
If the
beat them
Pacers-
with Tatum a good amount anyway. So
yeah, if the Pacers and Celtics met in the Eastern Conference Finals, I might take the Celtics just off the high. If they win a Game 7 and they have chemistry going, and they might just ride the high into the finals and beat the Pacers. So I take Boston.
They're gonna do it for
oh,
Tatum.
brother, man, what's y'all think? Like he's just like always like that's the craziest.
Yeah,
This is the
beautiful
only
Tatum.
like this got to be the only time ever in history that a superstar went down and they're like, nah, the team's gonna be better now.
I
Well,
didn't say they're
they
going to be
finished-
better.
they
Derek
finished
I
White
White
think
could
the
average
team's still going to
30.
be good.
Derek White could average 30.
Nah, man, they're crazy. Bro.
Could.
I just think the team is still good without him. Like it's improving.
They're good, but they're not contender good without Tatum.
I mean,
They're
KP's been
close.
terrible.
Because if Jaylen Brown goes up to superstar level, then they have still the role players who are still role playing. So like they're still a
KP has
contender.
some sickness allegations. So
Yeah,
He's
but
not having
JB
the
JB going from 24 or what 25 to 30
He doesn't have
and you
to.
lose a whole 30 is like it's not the same. You know what I mean? Like
He doesn't
it's,
have to.
others
Yeah.
make up the whole team makes up the 30 though.
Yeah.
Wow,
I
think
know, but I'm saying like
everybody plays
Jaylen Brown. He's saying Jaylen Brown have to step up. Like so will the entire rest of the team. You know what I mean? Like
You don't think they can do it?
no, that's what I mean. I think they need Tatum to be over the top at least. You know what I mean? To be real
Yeah,
contenders.
so-
I feel like they have the makings of it. I feel like their core is still the same. Obviously, you would obviously want to have Tatum, trust me. But Hassan did make some good points. He was shooting you out of the games. Maybe if he wasn't shooting out of some of those games, you might be at a different like 2-2, you know what I'm saying, or some shit
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I like it though. I
Tatum
like
outside the top
I
20 right now for me.
He's what?
He's outside the top 20.
Top 20 of what? Like
'Cause he
all
got
time?
hurt?
Players. Nah, like current.
You can't name
Can you
20
go down
players
your
that
list?
isn't Tatum.
Don't worry about it.
I'm
He's
sorry.
like 7.
Nah, I barely. Nah, I still put him top 10, but like
He's like 7.
he's sliding.
Omari.
He's sliding by the day. Even with the injury, even without the injury, he was sliding by the day. You know what I mean?
What?
What do you mean? He had 30 something in the loss.
You talking about the last game?
He had
Oh
42.
no, the
He
game
had
before that.
42, Hus.
He had 42 in the
Oh.
no, not in the loss. That was
In the injury loss, yeah.
the loss. Huh? Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
third.
He had
I mean,
42.
yeah, I know. But that was his first like. I'm pretty sure that was his first like boom of the series or even the
No,
playoffs.
This
for
is
the
like-
series, but against the Pacers, he was averaging like 30. Sorry, against the Magic, he had like 30. He was averaging
Against the
30.
He was averaging like
Oh,
34,
he-
and he had a
he was hating
15-point
on
game
him.
against Philadelphia. Come on, Omari.
It's the Magic man. I'll go for what none of that.
Hater.
Let me know when he wins the Finals MVP.
What? Such a
Curry
rage bait
agenda.
comment. Such a Twitter comment.
We can go down. We can go down the top 10 list, and everybody got a Finals MVPs before him.
Sure. All right,
Wait,
we
how
can go
many
to the
Finals
West.
MVPs are there?
We can go to the West.
Bron,
There's like 5.
Steph, KD, Kawhi,
Curry.
Jokic.
You already said
I
Steph.
said Steph already.
Oh yeah.
All the Finals MVP. Giannis.
Jalen Brown.
JB over Tatum. No, I'm not putting JB top 10.
Andre Iguodala. No, he's inactive. He's out.
I'm thinking about who current players. Is that all the current players? That can't
Told you,
be
he's like 8.
Yeah. Who?
7. There's only 6 players currently with the Finals MVP playing.
Yeah, it's like 7.
Yeah, only 6.
Bron and Curry did a number on niggas. That's why.
Yeah,
Like,
so yeah.
it was Bron and Curry's fault.
Giannis. Did you count Giannis?
Yeah, I counted Giannis. Giannis was the 6th one.
Yeah.
Kyrie didn't win.
Damn.
Why? Jokic? Did you count Jokic?
Nigga. Yeah, I got Jokic.
Jimmy Butler? Oh, wait.
He didn't win.
Yeah, I know. I'm trolling. I know.
Because the Nuggets were a couple of them. Because Jokic, because between Jokic and Bron and Steph has one.
Kevin
Between
Durant?
Jokic and Bron, that's a few.
Yeah, he said it.
KD has 2.
2. Yeah, that's the last.
Yeah, because they have multiples. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's crazy. Only 6 active players. All right, fine. He could be 7.
You could name
SGA?
the last
Yeah,
10
SGA
years
tells.
worth of Finals MVPs really fast. It's pretty easy.
Yeah. I mean, we pretty much just did like.
They're
Yeah.
about to have a new one this year, though, possibly.
That is true. And a 7th person.
Or it could be Jalen Brown again, so it's back to back.
Oh, brother. All right, bro.
Or Jokic.
Hey, but if Jalen Brown makes it back there, hey, I'm just gonna say it, he's gonna go off.
Tatum's definitely outside the top 10. He goes back to if Jalen Brown goes to the finals.
Omari, you forgot everything I say about the Celtics. The inverse happens, bro. You gotta pay attention.
Oh, that's facts. That's facts.
Pay attention.
Jalen
All right,
Brown's gonna have his
this is
3.
the West predictions. All right. Since OKC's leading, we can do OKC versus the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals. Who you got?
I think OKC is gonna beat them. I think they beat
think
them
it'll
in
be a
like
good
5.
series. Nah, I'm not rolling. I think the Wolves have shown that they're like as long as Randall's not being a playoff dropper, they have a good chance. You
Which
know
he's
what I
not
mean?
been. He's been actually a rising.
Yeah.
this
Hey,
year.
that's
but
what I'm
to be
saying,
fair,
so-
he's been like, I'm not gonna say the competition has been easy, but he's been playing teams that have no deep, like zero deep defense on him. You know, like
Draymond
Gobert's
is zero
getting
defense,
20
apparently.
games. Like the Lakers
He's run
defense
straight
wasn't
into a
great,
nigga.
and the Warriors defense wasn't great on starters. Like you can argue that they've had a Mickey Mouse kind of run. I'm not gonna lie, but they've showcased that they're a good team.
A little bit.
How have you just called it mine and your team's Mickey Mouse, bro? Shut up.
That's what I'm
Don't
saying.
say
like,
that shit.
They're not Mickey Mouse teams.
Don't even
but
say those words.
Nah,
they
I
make-
think
they make them
our
look
win is
Mickey Mouse. They make them look.
our win is
Mickey
Mickey
Mouse.
Mouse. Our win is Mickey Mouse. I mean,
They
our
make them
loss.
look Mickey Mouse. You can't say LeBron and Luca wins Mickey Mouse because of who they are. You know.
Yeah,
Yo,
no, it's
Curry
mostly
was
just
in it.
because, like I said, and when we had the whole debate, it's just like having in the playoffs when you have something that easy to like exploit. It's kind of like Randall was literally just that's how Randall's whole game is bulldoze to the paint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you don't have a single center to do something, it is a little bit, and he's averaging good numbers. It's a little bit fluky,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, you still have to put the ball in the basket. But I'm like, if there's no resistance at the basket, he's
I'll
NBA
say
player
that
at the end of the day.
the Timberwolves are good at exploiting big weaknesses, and that's what makes them strong.
I do think that they're playing really well. I think it'll be like Thunder, like 6 or 7.
Oh damn!
I think it'll be a
those
decent. I
seven
don't think it'll be
games.
5, but I think it'll be 6 or 7.
I'm going with Gabe. I'm going Thunder in 5. I think there's nothing that the Timberwolves can really exploit on the Thunder side, where the Thunders just have a better team overall makeup, and they have depth that they can use with Caruso, Cason Wallace, Aaron Wiggins. All these players add value onto that team, and they all play defense as well. I feel like their defense is going to win them that series, and SJ is going to show up eventually in the conference finals, especially against a weaker team. I feel like the team, the Nuggets, is definitely a stronger team than the Timberwolves and a stronger matchup for them. And I feel like this is bringing out the best in them. And if they win this series, they're going to not steamroll, but I feel like they'll easily beat Timberwolves in 5.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
What do you think, Bess? Who do you got? Timberwolves, Thunder.
Probably take the Thunder. I think Timberwolves could win, but I'm gonna go with the Thunder in that one.
Yeah, better team. All right.
Do you
what
think
if,
like Timberwolves have 0 chance? Like 100% 0 chance?
Yeah.
Or they get
That's
shocked?
right.
I mean, if someone gets hurt,
I think they have like 20.
Injury is the only
25.
way they win, bro. What
Yeah,
was
nah.
the year? There was a one where like Timberwolves, everyone was bet against them and they won anyway. What if that happened? What if
the
they
last
shock you?
year,
Yeah, what if they shock you?
Well, I don't think they're the same team as last year. They're
They're
they're the
better.
sixth seed for a reason. Last year
They're
they're like the second seed.
Are they not better?
Then last year, no.
They played
Are
really,
their
really
players not
well
better
during
now?
the end of the at the end of the season. Though they were playing really, really well. Like they were one of the best teams in the league. Like
They were,
statistically.
but I don't think they're a better team with Randall than with Cat. Cat just spaced the floor for them.
Also looking at it from the outside looking in, they won 2 series in 5 games anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
there's
you saw that.
there's context. I know there's
Mm.
context. I get that, but that's like how do I explain this? It's like when somebody beats like the favorite in a fight and they become the champion. They have like a they get like a level. How do I say it? They get like a level up. I don't know how
Level
to say this. Yeah, they get on like on a higher pedestal, which makes
Mm.
them all play better. Like DiVincenzo, Randall, McDaniels,
That's fair.
Edwards, Gobert. Even if you give Gobert some confidence, he's not gonna be like, oh, he can't do nothing. You know, I'm not saying he's
Yeah.
a nobody on offense, but give him a little confidence. Watch what they do. So
Yeah,
I don't
but-
think it's out of the question that they shock us again.
Yeah,
You
but the
drop
way
like the
that they've been
Lakers.
winning, they're not going to be able to win the series against OKC because they've just been bullying their way to the conference finals. Like you're not going to be able to bully OKC because they have bigs that can compete with you with Chet, J Dub,
Chet is like a
light
fake
skin
big.
Duke
He's like
Dennis.
frail. Chet is frail.
Yeah, but you have Isaiah Hartenstein and light skin Duke Dennis. You can play them. That's a five.
I
So, but-
haven't heard light skinned Duke Dennis in a minute, Huss.
He's been playing pretty good. He literally just gets minutes to foul Jokic and then sits back on the bench in the series.
Wait, who?
Jay,
Jay Will?
Williams.
yeah, Jay Will.
That nigga looks like John Legend.
Right? People call him the light skinned Duke Dennis.
I've heard that.
man.
I
I
heard
heard
that
that.
one.
Really?
I heard that. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
But yeah, Jay Will, he's a big body. You don't have to play the Chat at the 5. You can play him at the 4. And I've seen Dagnall not play Chat at times too if he's not playing well, so he'll just bench him and go out with a smaller lineup with Caruso. So there's always options for them, and they have diversity to win games. So I honestly don't see Timberwolves winning unless they just rely on Ant to give them 40 balls. It's possible, but
Nah,
we'll see.
they don't even need all that. That's kind of crazy.
They'd have to change it up. They can't win the same way that they beat the Warriors and
The
Lakers.
Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree there, and I do think
Gotta
that
get
like
team.
I
don't
think
think they need Ant to go crazy.
Yeah.
I think the Thunder being 6. I think that they can get 2, but yeah, I think the Thunder just top to bottom like a better team.
Yeah, overall.
They
They've
have,
been
like,
the
way
best
too
team in
much
the NBA
depth.
all year too, so
Yeah.
give them credit for that. All right, what if the Nuggets win though? Nuggets and Timberwolves, a rematch from last year.
That's good. That's close. I like that.
I'm taking the Nuggets.
Oh, but they beat them.
Honestly,
You're taking the
Yeah, I know
Timberwolves,
what's
guys?
yeah, I think it'll be similar to last season. I don't think the drop off's gonna be much different. Julius Randle's playing well.
That is
Rudy
true.
Gobert's playing good on defense. I think they
Yeah.
have a better, well, not better team, but the players play better and the depth is better.
Overall.
Anthony Edwards is better. So
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I might change my mind if it's the Nuggets. I forgot that they won last year, but 2, like the Nuggets. I'm lower on the Nuggets this year just in general. Like I said, Jokic has to be Jesus Christ if they want to like
He
have a
has been.
chance. Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's still whether it's sustainable or not. And then now they're playing a much bigger team in the Wolves. Like
Yeah.
so
Honestly, I'll probably go Nuggets in 6. It's hard for me to go against Jokic. I feel like their path to even get to the conference finals has been tough. Going to Clippers in 7, and then if they win against the Thunder, it'd be in 7. You're playing 2 teams that are already better than the Timberwolves, I'd say, in my opinion. So you're already playing against 2 tough teams that really shaped you into being what the team you are now in the conference finals. And I feel like you're already well prepared and you're more sharp going to 7 games with 2 top teams in the NBA, and you just keep riding that into the finals. And with Jokic being your best player and Jamal Murray playing at the level that he's been playing as a playoff riser, it's hard for me to bet against that duo, and they've shown us time and time again not to. But Jokic literally doing step back behind the head 3-pointers and making them like he's
Yeah,
at the top of his game right now.
360 no scope. The clutch 360 no scope is crazy.
Yeah, like this is the best Jokic that we've seen, and the stats say it, the play says it, and he's just in his prime right now. He's in his bag, and the Duffy. So I just go 7
In that
with
Louis.
the Nuggets, yeah, because of Jokic.
I like that. I take that too. But I
In
mean,
that Serbian Louis.
I actually
Keep in the
for this
bag.
one, Hassan, you made a lot of good points. I think the Timberwolves win this one, to be honest, against the Nuggets. Yeah, I mean, we could say all the good things about Jokic. That's great. But if his teammates aren't there to support him, he's gonna get cooked, bro. Because the Timberwolves beat him last year with with Cat, I guess, and Best said it. They're not a better team, but the players are playing like great, like better. Randall's
Yeah.
rising. Randall's actually being a playoff riser for the first time ever. And my MPJ is basically dead on the court. Like this is facts. Michael Porter Jr. is a non-factor. Aaron
He'll
Gordon.
win you one or he'll lose you one. He's like Westbrook, the shooter Westbrook.
I mean, hey, you said it, not me. But yeah, Gobert's been playing good defensively, and he's not been exposed too much as of late. So, yeah, man, I think it's gonna be tough for the Nuggets to win after back-to-back Game 7 wins. If they make it over there, I think the Timberwolves are gonna beat them. To be honest,
Man, if I get a Pacers Timberwolves series, I may not watch basketball again.
what do you mean? Like how Flight says it?
Two boring teams, bro.
You're boring? You think
No,
the
it's not
Timberwolves are boring?
I think the
Yeah, I'm
Warriors
not
are
an Anthony
boring.
Edwards fan.
What?
Thank God it's
Right?
not the Golden State Warriors, though.
Who are you? What?
I'd rather see the Warriors, Knicks, two top tier
Bro,
franchises.
vote to kick
Steph
this dude,
Curry
bro. Stop his
winning
camera.
his fifth ring,
I'm not a
becoming
Timberwolves
the
fan.
GOAT.
It's
That's what I
so
wanted to
lame.
see, man.
Dude,
Tough
what
time.
are you? What?
I'm a Curry worshiper.
Dog, you just lost to the Wolves. Vote for
Worshiper.
them.
We know
I'm
we got
tired of
another name
seeing
for
those
you.
dudes win. Thank
I
God.
I know what you are.
Like
That's it.
Thank
Mike
God
Miller.
their prime is done. They don't have KD to save them.
Big Wido.
Steph Curry about to have the same amount as Finals MVP as Tyrese Halliburton, brother.
Yeah.
I pray to God that doesn't happen.
And if it does, I'm never letting
Yeah.
it go.
You'll hear Tyrese on the mic when he wins his Finals MVP.
Well,
overrate this.
well, JB might have more than Curry by the end of this series.
Yeah, I
Celtics
hope
ain't
not.
winning, bro. Let's
And
be
I'm
real.
never gonna let that
No.
down.
That's Jay, my
Nah,
king.
dude, like
Celtics
Jay,
will be
show
lucky.
him
I
to
don't,
win
I don't
one
see. I
game.
still don't see where you guys get disbelief, but it's okay.
The
They won
Celtics?
tonight.
They'd be lucky to
I'm
win
telling
one
you,
more
bro.
game, brother.
Yeah, I don't.
Don't let
think
you
so.
let us get two. Don't let us get one more. What did Jalen Brown
us
say?
7
Us?
for the entertainment. Give us 7 for the entertainment. You
Hassan,
said
what did
it
Seven
Jalen
would
Brown-
be for good for
Nah, Adam
entertainment,
Silver
but-
just rigged the lottery. It's enough. Like,
Bro, I'm
Yeah, so
literally, dude. They
like the
literally
Celtics winning
rigged
one
this
more.
game just so they can get more Celtics revenue, dude. Like they don't want big market Celtics to be out this
Bro,
early.
they're the defending
didn't
champions.
expect
They're
Tatum.
like that.
They didn't expect Tatum to get hurt. They're like, oh no, like we can't have him be out this early. So they're gonna try to siphon as much little bread
Knicks
as they
is the
can.
last big city left, so they're gonna make sure they advance.
Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Bro, I love the Knicks fans.
Do you see the shirts they be wearing? Whole stadium wear the shirts.
Which shirts?
The OKC blue and white shirts.
Oh, from like the past?
No, they wore them last game. You non-ball watcher.
Last game, game 5?
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing it. Oh, I was watching baseball. I switched to a bunch of baseball games.
Okay, that says it for the Bottom Line podcast. That's it for the night.
Yeah, we should go though. It's getting late.
Might as
Covered
well.
all the
On that
topics.
note,
Yeah.
Baseball watcher.
Bro, it was a good game.
you watched the Padres win 23-0. I bet.
No, I wasn't watching Padres. It was like the Reds or something. Or the Cubs.
The Cubs.
I don't even know the teams. But I remember watching it.
Clearly not.
Dude, some dude, it was like 1-1. He had one more like strike to go, and the guy hit it. It was a home run. It was like 5-1. It was like a grand slam. She was crazy. Anyway, I don't know that sport though.
What game? I'm sorry.
What? Oh, you went to Cancun. Ah, I see. You're taking a break.
Yeah, I joined you.
Yeah, we the water's nice over here. It's warm. Let me know what you think.
I've been in there for weeks, huh?
No, just like 10 days, weeks.
Yeah.
Oh,
You and
man,
Brown
bro.
been big chilling?
Nah, me and Luca. Brown's back in LA.
You and Luke eating Wingstop together?
100%. You already know what it is.
We'll trade next week.
We got some falafel coming this way.
We'll start training next week.
You know, I actually met Luca.
Actually.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know why I said that.
This nigga's over here lying. I mean,
I
yeah,
just
fuck
straight-
this nigga.
I didn't know why he said that.
Niggas just lying, start lying for no reason. It'll be just too late in the night.
You should have came up with a fake story.
Oh, yeah, he came over to my house. He's actually my cousin.
Oh, really? I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
Not my dad's side, my mom's side.
Oh, okay. That's why you play like him.
Yeah.
You went crazy today.
Hassan, can you read that?
No, I'm okay.
I want to have it as a soundbite.
You can't catch me lacking.
What is? Oh, I saw that. That shit made me laugh.
Luke Hakeem the Dream.
That's Bill Russell.
Did you
Fournette.
guys believe
That's Bill
in the
Russell.
Celtics so much?
Yeah.
I do believe.
No, I said Hakeem. That is Bill Russell.
You're
RP
so bad. You're so stupid.
Oh, that's crazy.
RP to the go, bro. RP Bill Russell.
Was
Yeah,
your
that's
eyes
crazy.
just blind to the green in the background? I don't get.
Yeah, I'm tired. I just saw this. I'm not even gonna say what I saw.
Yo, breaking news. Denver
This is-
Nuggets found Bet365 app installed on Michael Porter Jr.'s phone.
So stupid, dude.
Bro, expel him, bro. Suspend
He's
him.
gonna show up tomorrow.
What? With one arm? He bet the under on himself, I promise you.
You think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?
All right,
No.
time to call it an episode.
Definitely not.
You
Now we potted though. Now we
You
potted.
think, you think he ordered the Diddy assassination?
No, he really potted.
Epstein knew that Diddy files were going to leak.
Ah, man.
Oh, Steph
Hassan.
Curry set a record today, Hassan. Did you know?
I don't want to know what record he set.
It's the first time he's lost the series in 5.
Oh, thank God.
He?
Jesus Christ.
He played one game. The
Yeah, his
Warriors
team
lost.
lost.
the series
He
in
played
5.
that game. He played the series.
Played one game.
Too bad, so sad.
Not a real
Podjem-
stat.
Podjemski ruined your series. Not Podjemski, actually.
Not a real stat.
Pat Spencer.
All right, let's go do it.
X gonna
Yeah.
give it.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
no
about
I was
to
gonna
say.
do it for this episode of Bottom Live. It's late. My ass tired.
Me
And we'll
too.
see y'all on the next one.